We are back live and direct from the Critically Unfocused podcast studios at the Riverside recording offices. Episode.
Shout out to Riverside. They've done a lot of good in the world.
Exactly, man. We have a long working relationship with them. It's been really great. 1 week.
We need that sponsorship. Riverside, quit playing.
Yeah. I don't. You don't. How much minority representation do you think they got over there? Not enough.
Zero.
Not enough.
Not nearly enough.
All right.
We're willing to take a bag. We'll take a bag right now. Come on, cowards.
Yeah, whatever you offer from the other guys, we'll take half.
Yep. Facts. Well, don't listen to him. Let me negotiate. But yeah,
let him negotiate. Episode 30. Get 30. 3-0. Steph Curry.
The big 30. Put the body bag in a body bag.
You already know the vibes. Ultimate Madness episode.
It's good, man.
Summer Madness episode.
Yes, sir.
What's up with you? How you been, man?
I was I wish I could say I've been good. I've been stuck at home with this bum leg.
How the TCL hold up, so we gonna call it because you Tyrell. And then you're holding it.
It's not as wobbly as it was last week. It's not the size of a grapefruit like it was last week.
Okay.
But my doctor today, she put the boy on the IR, so I'm about to be sitting at the crib for the next 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think Deathloop is gonna get copped this weekend. It'll probably be beaten by next weekend.
Damn.
Because I have nothing else to do.
You gonna be back before?
It's
Russell
not even
Wilson.
like bro. Hell yeah. Oh, facts. I'm 100% black, so I'm definitely gonna recover before him. Hey, it's hella trash when you get because the dream is to not have to work, and not working is dope, except for when it's like you have a real reason why you can't work. Like I got a bad leg, so it's not even like I can go do no fly shit.
Not
or
fun, not working.
Go out do nothing. It's just I can't even get shit done around the house for real.
Oh my God.
Just sitting around doing nothing.
You watching Coffee run around all pain free, like God damn it, fuck you, man.
He's wondering I'll just open the door and let him run out front. He'll come back in nigga, are you not about to come throw this ball? Excuse me, I'm outside. If you're not outside, where you at?
We outside. I'm in the house.
I hate that nigga, bro.
Oh, I just lost my.
It could be worse.
Goddamn train of thought. You were saying something and I wanted to interject, so I wanted to let you finish. Damn.
Oh, well, you'll get it later.
Not. Russell Wilson. They talked about him on the Button podcast this week because Summer Walker has an album coming out, and I guess she has a song in there called Sierra's Prayer. So they got into this deep dive about how people idolize their relationship and stuff like that, and how that's kind of an unrealistic thing for women to want. But they said Russell Wilson was easy to snatch up because he was going to Thanksgivings where there was raisins in the yams and shit. So they just
points were made.
Make him one meal and he got him out of there.
And that was really her prayers. Yo, send me someone with very little taste who I can turn around.
That's what Ish said. She just cooked one time.
He remembers watching the oh boy video or something. It was oh, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Hold on. Nah, yeah, she got to come up. I don't think that's unrealistic expectation. The rich part is unrealistic because most of us ain't rich. It was somebody that treats you well. Maybe not. No, because
you got to think they're not talking to all us everyday 9-to-5 people. They specifically said the girls. I hate doing this. The women out there pursuing the hot girl summer type thing. The ones that live off of IG and all that stuff. The ones that get the Fashion Nova bags. That type of
That's
thing.
That's facts. But for sure, the thing those prayers are leaving out. Sierra was already rich. It's easy to bag you a rich one who's going to treat you well. If they break up today, she's perfectly fine.
Yeah, but so their equivalent was let's say Russell Wilson didn't play football. Let's say that he was just some guy who worked for I don't know, in any regular company.
Stanley Morgan.
Yeah, making could be low six figures or whatever, right? But it's the same dude, curls and everything, a little square bear dude that he was before football and all that stuff. They pass up him every time. That's what their point was.
100%.
Nobody, they don't want that. They think they want that, but they don't want that.
I don't understand why, man. You can have some good vacations, man.
You
go on a trip twice a year. You don't really got to worry about working.
Ain't for me to worry about, man.
Or you can work a
square bear that is at home, happy, healthy, a loving family. Hey, man.
Hey, shout out to Bree's prayer.
Exactly. Shout out to my prayer.
Depends who you asking.
Either
way.
We both won. Episode 30. Yeah. You want to name off some of your athletes you got here?
Yeah, I was going to kind of do this one. I went in thinking I was going to do it like we did 28, where it's like there's an obvious winner. And Steph Curry, pretty good.
I think he is the obvious, but go ahead.
There's some good ones. I think he's the obvious winner, but like Nolan Ryan, legend.
You don't want to put him on here.
I'm playing respects to people who fuck with baseball like you.
You know what? I'm not going to step on your growth. Go ahead.
Yeah, damn, bitch ass nigga. Cincinnati Ken Griffey Jr. and Cincinnati Ken Griffey Sr. That's a pretty cool combo. Terrell Davis, one of my favorite running backs of all time.
You know my memory of him?
Bernard King.
Sorry to interject. You going kind of quick. I'm trying to stretch this out a little bit. You know my memory of Terrell Davis?
Okay. What's up?
Madden Superstar mode. Like, was that 2005?
Oh yeah, and he was your mentor.
He was your mentor.
2006.
Yeah. I don't remember him playing football.
Yep.
I just remember him being my mentor.
That's hella random and that's hella funny. Yep, he used to be on your sidekick every week.
That was a fire mode too.
Now I remember because Seattle, when we were growing up, Seattle was in the AFC West, so we used to get Broncos games on TV all the time up here.
You remember that? That's pre the uniform change, not pre the Nike uniform, but pre that uniform, like Lofa Tupu uniform.
Yeah, because every man and woman in my family, for the most part, like grew up with me in front of a football TV or like watching football.
Dang.
Like kicking with my grandpa on Sundays, like that was it. We watched football.
I don't remember.
My mom was watching football on Sundays all day.
Like, yeah, I don't remember the Seahawks playing like before the uniform they had like 2 uniforms ago. Like, I don't remember them playing in the gray joints.
It's funny too, because I don't hella remember the Seahawks playing. I just remember them getting beat by somebody that I like more. Yeah, like watching the Broncos play, watching the Chiefs play a lot, watch the Raiders play a lot. But yeah, the next one, Bernard King, Knicks legend,
mid-range god.
That's mid-range god.
Yeah.
Todd Gurley, the case study for don't pay a running back.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. Dog, he's still unemployed. Like, Devontae Freeman's gotten a job. Latavius Murray keeps getting jobs. Todd Gurley can't get a job.
Todd Gurley, a cool 79-year-old Madden free agency. Look at him. Check him out if you need him.
Hey, speaking of Madden, bro. Hey, I fuck with Colin Kaepernick. I really, really do. That's my dog.
They got him a little high.
100%.
He's a bit much.
Colin Kaepernick is an 81 on Madden. If you start a Madden franchise, week 1, it's either the Eagles or the Saints are picking him up, and they're probably going to the Super Bowl with him.
Yeah, no.
Regardless.
The Eagles the Jaguars got him in my last one that I just started. They're playing him over Trevor. Like, Trevor's just chilling.
Which is nuts. Like, Madden logic is some shit.
Yeah.
We can talk about
the
that.
49ers picked up Cam Newton in mine too.
That makes sense. I can see that.
But now they're 3 stacked at quarterback.
Yeah, I seen somebody post a fucking a depth chart for the Steelers, and they literally signed. I think it was every like bad backup, like that Taylor Heineke, Dwayne Haskins, like Nick Mullen, like any backup you could think of for like the last 6 years.
On my downfall.
That won a game had. And Ben's still going strong as hell, 43 years old. Trash. But yeah, my last 230s was Rasheed Wallace, legendary, and Icky Woods. And the only reason I put him on here is because the Icky Shuffle is the first like NFL celebration I remember seeing.
You got it.
Even though it's kind of weak.
I'm gonna put John the Non versus Sue Surf. That was a 30.
Jesus Christ! I hope he never hears this.
Yeah. He seems like a nice enough guy. He knows he got 30.
He did seem when I didn't end up watching the whole thing, but when I do go back and watch it, he does seem very content with the fact that he got 32
because he knew what he was asking for. Like, so a little background on that. We're talking about Summer Madness. This was 3 weeks ago now. There was a battle at the end of that. It was the main battle of the whole event. It was Sue Surf versus John the John. Both of these guys like legends of battle rap, especially of the URL brand. But John has been calling out Surf for literally years, and he finally got what he's asking for. And the whole entire reason Surf wouldn't battle him was that he was like telling him that like John, like, you are the trashiest of the nice like dudes inside like the nice group. Like you're the last one in, and like there's no reason for me to battle you. I get nothing for it, and it kept on going, and eventually Smack just stuck them together. And the thing it was Surf, like he's been super unmotivated lately, so like his last 4 battles have been like weak. he's known for not having a third round. Like after usually his third round, like he like gets a couple bars out, then he says jersey and walks off or whatever. But he had all three, and all three were fire. And he made the point afterwards, like, you can't tell me there wasn't a quarter of a round that John won. And he's right. Like
he didn't even have like a debatable like, oh damn, like he had a couple lines in a row. It's like
yeah.
Nah.
If it ever pops up on YouTube for people that don't want to pay for the URL app, definitely check that out. It's like an encapsulation of like what high level battle rap looks like. It was really good.
I could never be a battle rapper because, like, first off, the amount of like work they have to put into like write that shit and then memorize it, like memorizing 3 rounds of like shit like that under pressure, like someone's yelling at you, there's a crowd going crazy, people interrupting you, and you got to keep it going.
Yep.
That shit's incredible. But I couldn't imagine getting embarrassed, like a nigga's just yelling in your face, like. You battling Geechee Gotti, and he just, you's a bitch, you's a nerd, you's a... It's like, how am I supposed to remember this when there's a nigga spitting in my face calling me a bitch? With respect, because, like, we cool after we leave here. Yep. But, like, what am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to... Nah.
2 things about that. This was a few months ago. Danny Myers and Real Sick, they battled, right? And so they made it through 2 rounds, and after Real Sick's second round, he said some stuff about like Danny being a bad father and stuff like that. It wasn't like disrespectful, but it just it caught Danny off guard, and he was so shook up. Like he told Smack, he's like, "Nah, I can't even spit my third, dog. Like my mind's all screwed up. Like I'll just stumble through it." 3-0 Real Sick, congrats, bro.
Dog, so he's got to think like, damn, am I a bad dad? How does he know I'm a bad dad? Who told him I'm a bad dad?
Like, you kind of right. Like, shit. Like,
what are you supposed to do? Real Sick is, like, he's sick, right? Like,
yeah.
Wear the head joint?
Yeah, he's from Jersey. He's Indian. He wears, like, the head wrap and all that. And he's a monster.
A couple times. That's hilarious.
Yeah. They, and then the other part, you're talking about all the work that goes into it. So, Drake's card's on the 30th of this month. Murda Mook was supposed to battle. Originally, it's going to be Briz Rothstein, but then Briz backed out, and then it's going to be Easy the Block Captain. And Murda Mook backed out literally, I think, yesterday because he was like, I cannot give you a Murda Mook level performance in 2 weeks. Like, I can't prep for all that in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit takes a while. I was surprised. I think there was somebody who battled on the Summer Madness card that battled this past weekend. Or that was supposed to battle this weekend and didn't end up going.
Oh, yeah. It was going to be Lou Castro versus somebody else. I forgot who it was.
They were advertising his next battle, and I was thinking of it like a boxer. Like, I feel like when we were growing up, boxers would go like, hey, next month he's fighting this person. Now it's like, no, I need like a year to like even think about this fight. Mm-hmm. It's like, damn, I couldn't imagine like going on a full-blown ass battle where you probably won against Arsenal and then having to turn around and battle somebody else 2 weeks later.
Yeah, no, that's so dang, I keep on having things to bring up about this. Geechee was saying he was talking to Surf like on an Instagram Live. I watched it on YouTube about how often he battles and how often like he battled like a year ago too. But he's still pretty active, but his price has gone up now, so he can't be as active. But he was like, the thing is like, you're paying me $2,500, $5,000, sometimes $10,000 for what is really like 9 minutes of work. As long as I don't choke, you pay me for that money. Like, I'm going to do it as often as I can because there's nothing else I can do in life that's going to pay me as much as that. So, like,
facts.
Yeah, guys will go get after it.
Before we move on from the battle, there was a battle last week.
I got background on that.
The Coffee versus... Oh, my God. So, Coffee versus Miss Hustle. The way they were hyping this up, and, like, so for context, this was the first female battle headlining a URL card.
Yep.
For, what, Super Fight 3 or something like that?
Yeah, it might have been Super Fight 4.
And they're hyping it up the whole time, and I had never seen any of these women battle. All the battles before that, like I watched every single one of them. They were all mid. Like it was like, okay, whatever. I need some action. The way they're hyping this up, and they said like, oh yeah, Miss Hustle didn't show up for the face off yesterday, but she's here. She's ready to go. She's here tonight. And I'm like, cool. Like we lit. And then it comes time for them to battle, and they have Nunu and Black stretching the fuck out of the like lead up.
It probably was like 40 minutes between the battles when it normally is 10, 15
at the most. Yeah. And at one point Nunu's just like, man, this bitch is disrespectful. Like she's not holding back at all. And then Miss Hustle shows up, and it essentially just turns into like 2 women that are about to fight on stage. Yep. Like they're rapping, but every part of this energy was they about to fight. Miss Hustle not like having any like couth is like, let me get in your face and talk shit, even though I was the one that was late. Like, I'm gonna act like you were the problem, even though I was the one that was a solid 45 minutes late and didn't show up the day before. And it was getting pretty heated. Miss Hustle was trying to walk away, and then the shit just cut off. Like the stream just dropped. Never got to see the rest of it. I'm assuming they fought. They had to have fought.
No, okay, so they didn't actually fight. What happened when the thing cut off? They lost power. But some background on the animosity. I guess Coffee had like said like some wild stuff about an ex of Miss Hustle's who passed away. She was like going above and beyond and like doing all types of extra stuff like that outside of this. So when it came time for them to do the battle, they made the agreement beforehand that there was going to be like nobody in the room and there's going to be like no touching or whatever. But that was it. They didn't say like you had to like rap to the camera or nothing like that. Just that it was going to be like I don't know if you ever seen Mook and Tay-Rock battle, but it's just two people. Or you saw Tay-Rock and Daylight.
Yep.
It was going to be like that. That's how it's supposed to be. So
and are they doing that so like there's not other people like making a bad situation worse kind of shit?
Well, because entourage stuff, right? So the battle was in California. Coffee's from California. So they knew like Coffee's people would be out there. Either way, Hustle had people there with her, but when like the rules got to her, she told them to all stay at the hotel. So she came up there basically by herself. So when she's trying to do the battle, she thinks she's still going to be like rapping face to face with this person, and then she just keeps walking away. And it's like, as a battle rapper, like that's part of like your performance. Like you're supposed to kind of be like, if you need to be up on the person, then you beat up on the person or whatever. You don't got to touch them, but like, you know, it throws off your thing if you got to kind of chase them around when you're trying to give them your bars and stuff. So that made it more. That made Hustle matter, and that's how come she said, "Yo, after this, I need my fade, gangsta." To Coffee. And then afterwards, I guess like Hustle went out one door, Coffee went out another door, but then like a bunch of like Coffee's people tried to like jump Hustle or something.
I can see it.
It got broken up, but it was men. It was men.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. In their defense, Miss Hustle was huge.
She was, but she was by herself, and
she's huge.
And this is what I learned last week. Because Coffee used to be like on Geechee Gottie's camp. I hope someone out there cares about this. They had a falling out. Now Hustle's on Geechee Gottie's camp. She called Geechee, was like, "Hey, I'm up here by myself. There's like a bunch of dudes with Coffee, and they're trying to do whatever." So Geechee goes down there, and he's just hanging out with Hustle to make sure, like, hey, like if Coffee and her are about to fight, that's fine. But like if his dude's involved, like we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And then eventually Hustle goes live on Geechee's Instagram because her live is blocked. And all this wild stuff. Coffee did a live. It ended up with this week Geechee telling Nunu to he invited her to his groin region because of all the stuff she was doing beforehand, amping stuff up. When she's supposed to just play it straight and narrow, she's kind of making Hustle seem like the bad person because she wasn't there. But there was stuff going on with that. And yeah, it's just been like a really crazy week in battle rap press, which is not normally this way.
That's funny. I need to start following that shit more. That shit is entertaining as hell.
Yeah, a lot of the battle rappers have basically said like this battle, the animosity was between the two women. Like all the promoters should have seen that battle should have never happened. They shouldn't have put those two in the room together because they knew it wasn't going to be.
It kind of sounded like they wanted it to not happen. Like they tried to do it a couple times, but yeah, like you could just tell by their energy towards each other and the bars that they were given, like they do not like each other. Like you obviously them niggas say some disrespectful shit when they're on stage, but it don't seem like like I'm gonna beat your fucking ass when I see you outside of the stage. And
that was like one of the big things that people were getting on in the battle rap community was that with the men battle rappers, there have been larger issues than just words before, but it doesn't end with the battle rap going down in violence. Like they don't do it like that. Like you get your shit off and then if you guys aren't cool afterwards, that's fine. But like you don't mess up the bag. And this was, like you said, like the first time women have headlined a URL card, which is a big deal because that's the biggest brand in battle rap. And they did a pretty terrible showing. Not to say that that's what all women battle rappers are going to be like, because it's not the case. It's not. For sure. These two just shouldn't have been together like that.
I was saying, to your point, that this was your first, but this is putting together two people that like shouldn't probably have been together ever in any point.
No, not until they got to a talking point outside of this where they could go up there and do that, which they weren't at.
And then like like you said, Nunu saying all that shit, and Coffee clearly could hear it because she ran over there at one point.
Yeah, Miss Hustle, where are you?
That's that's making it worse. Like once you get there, you 45 minutes late, so that's making it worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit was a travesty. Entertaining nonetheless, though.
On the same, because probably not gonna go back to battle rap on the topic of it. Whatever prayers or whatever to whatever you do to Hitman Holla and his girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
she's walking and stuff now, but they had a home invasion this weekend. You might know Hitman Holla from Wildin' Out. People that don't follow battle rap, he was on there for a long time. He might still be on there. But either way,
he's still on there.
Yeah, he was away from home. His girlfriend called him because someone broke into their house. She ended up having a shootout with them, and she got shot in the head. The bullet went into her cheek, came out the other side. But I think it ended up breaking her neck. But either way, she's up and walking now. So that's great. She's going to make it. But super scary moment. Lock your doors at night. Even then, just be vigilant.
Bro, that shit is so terrifying. Like, I'm sure you, like, being a father and all that shit now, having a wife, you, like, think about, like, oh, if I'm not home, like, I don't know, what the fuck am I supposed to do if you can't be there to protect your people?
Yeah.
Should I be thinking that when I am home? Like, did I just hear something? Why is the dog barking in the middle of the night? What's going on? Yep. You kind of perk up. So I couldn't imagine.
Taking the rifle to the garage a couple of nights because I thought I heard something.
Boy, there's been because the way Coffee barks, like he has like a little like woof woof, but he'll get into that like start howling, and it's like nah, you're looking at something or you see something that's terrifying. So now I got to come down the stairs half naked, like what's gonna be down here? Like I couldn't imagine getting a FaceTime call like, hey, there's somebody in the house. What do I do? Yeah, that's terrifying. Hopefully she ends up doing better. Yeah. Hopefully they catch whoever did that shit. Because also shooting a woman trying to get a little bit of money is shooting anybody trying to get some money is trash. But shooting a woman in the face, that's fucking weak.
Why are you ever that down bad?
Yeah, and that's just weak as fuck.
All right, where you want to? Because I think we're probably gonna spend more time on football stuff. You want to do basketball first?
Let's hit the shooty hoops.
Okay. Speaking of shooty, did you see this week? So the Jordan Brand president, I think his name is Marcus. Oh goddamn! How did I not write down his name? Look that up. Jordan Brand president of operations. Hold on, I'm gonna get his name real quick.
Craig Williams.
Yes, is that his name? Yes, Craig Williams.
Craig Williams is president of Jordan Brand and Nike.
So Craig Williams, this week he decided to write his memoir, right? And part of his memoir, or autobiography, is that 50 years ago he killed somebody in I believe West Philadelphia. But it was like, so he was 16 when it happened. He was in a street gang, and like basically one of his friends had been stabbed, and so they just went to the rival gang's territory and were driving around just looking for anybody from that gang, and he found somebody and just shot him in the chest, and they died. So the thing got buried, just because I think that a black neighborhood 50 years ago with a black male dying, like they weren't going to report it, and he wasn't anybody at the time either, so it just was another little bit in the newspaper and it moved on from.
And he decided to admit that before he died.
Like, he's still the president of Jordan Brand, but like he just want to tell us.
I know, but why would you ever tell anybody that?
So his thing was that he wanted to, because he does a lot of like charitable work and stuff like that, and he tries to work with like disadvantaged youth and stuff like that. And he felt like he was being untruthful to them by holding back this piece of like something that he went through that he's lived with, like, and he said like he's had like a ton of anxiety from just his whole entire life of people like maybe coming across it and discovering it and like taking everything from him. So if he figured if he controls the narrative, then that fear is gone now, right?
50 years ago is a long ass time.
It is, and I don't think anything's going to happen to him because he's already, I think, faced something legal from it back then. It just didn't go on his record.
And I'm looking at his like his work history. He's been that nigga for a minute.
Yeah.
He's a senior vice president at Coca-Cola. He's the president of McDonald's.
Wasn't he?
Holy shit!
He was at whatchamacallit? He was over the Portland Trailblazers, I believe.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that in there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, Larry Miller, not the Craig dude. Larry Miller. Yeah.
Oh, Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah. But he's like good friends with Jordan, obviously, and all this stuff. And this past week, like he had to admit it to he told Adam Silver in person. He told Michael Jordan in person. They're both very supportive of him. But I thought it was just like kind of an incredible story of somebody really escaping their conditions to like rise to the top of an industry. It's unfortunate that happened though back then. Of course, a young man lost his life. But good Lord,
yeah.
Like, could you imagine like being in the positions he's been in and knowing you have that secret in there? He said he never lied about it, but like the applications will say like, have you committed a felony in the last like 5 years or whatever? So he said no.
Or have you been convicted of a felony?
Yeah, like in the last like 5 to 10 years or something, right? Like,
yeah.
So he's never had to lie about it. But it's like,
hey, shout out to him because if you can beat a body to be the president of Jordan Brand or anything else, like that's impressive. But that's a wild thing to admit. I don't think I would have ever done it, quite frankly. If I get away with some shit like that, we are never talking about it.
You got to think like just the era we live in of like old shit coming up to haunt people today. Like somebody would have like he's probably thinking every single night. It's probably his anxiety is probably worse than it's ever been like today.
True, yeah, because that would be some like because you think about remember so unrelated the chick from Kimmy Schmidt, how people found out like. When she was in like high school, she was going to like white pride balls and shit because somebody like looked at a random city's newspaper. Like it could come up because motherfuckers just be like on the internet looking stuff up from. Oh, let me look at what gangs were going on in Philly in 1960. Wait a minute, I know that guy and put it together.
Larry,
so, yeah, you got a point. I'm pussy though, so there's no way I'm bringing it up because I would just assume like okay, if I bring it up, I'll be like 6 months early on the statute of limitations. Now I'm doing life in prison. Some wild shit.
Yeah. Oh my God. You have lawyers. He probably,
of course,
ran it by them to make sure.
How long does murder count?
Yeah.
Was he black? Yes. That's 6 months. if he would have said he murdered a white woman in 1906,
oh no,
nigga, we've been looking for you
right now.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, we figured out how to time travel. We're taking your ass back.
The TVA comes to get.
That's the first documented time travel is them taking niggas back to try them for old murders. Hey, guarantee you, if white people come up with time travel, they're beating our ass. Oh boy.
What do you?
Guess what never ended.
What do you? Oh, what? Oh my! I gotta ask you that. Yeah. So, what do you think? Like, if let's say like the first person to discover time travel is a racist white person, like, what are they getting off? Like, what do you think they're going to do? Racist white American. Let me put it that way.
Jesus fucking Christ. I am positive if it's not slavery never ended, it's like maybe something worse. Like, yeah, slavery ended, but we did ship all you niggas back to Africa. And I guarantee, but it would definitely be one of those things where like you fuck with something in the past and the future's way worse. Africa looks like Wakanda. Niggas is just over there thriving. I think it would have to be something like that.
Yeah, I wonder like like they could like
or
go like kill like John Brown in his sleep or some shit like that, so he never kicks off the Civil War.
I was just about to say they like somebody goes and like smothers Martin Luther King in his fucking crib or something.
That's way too late in the timeline. You need to go. I'm telling you, go before that to make sure that like the Civil War never happens.
Yeah. Abraham Lincoln gets his top blown off 6 months earlier.
Oh my God.
Emancipation Proclamation is never signed.
Everyone else always thinks about what.
But honestly, we thinking about racist white folks. They don't be that smart, so they'd probably go back and be like, this black kid in middle school bullied me. I'm going back with my friends. We're kicking his ass. Wouldn't even be no fly shit. They wouldn't even affect nothing major. Just make their life a little bit better.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. We'll expound on that though, because I feel like we can come back to that, and I feel like Jamal would probably have something to say about it.
Maybe not. Maybe he would. Holy shit.
I guess that had to do with basketball in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. LiAngelo got signed to the Hornets G League, and then I saw today he got cut.
He got cut I think it was less than 24 hours later. It was like 16 hours later.
What was that about?
I feel like that's one of the your G League team don't matter that much. Like if it's like your superstar franchise player's older brother who is obviously good enough to be on a G League roster, close to good enough to be on. Why not just keep him? Yeah, why not twice? You brought him in twice just to cut him twice. Maybe there was like a roster bonus they can give him if they signed him. They could pay him $100K and then cut him or something. I don't know. That didn't make any sense, and I'm not really sure. But did you see? They asked LaMelo about that. Like, I want to say it was right after he got cut the first time. Did you see that video?
Nah, no. Well, he made a joke.
He didn't really make a joke. It was just like, I don't know if it was like one of those nervous, like, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to say, or if he was kind of like, yeah, they probably should have cut that nigga, because he was like, they're like, oh, how do you feel about LaMelo not making the team? And he was like, it's crazy. I don't really know. And then they were like, well, did you like talk to him, or have you talked to him yet, or are you gonna say anything to him? He's like, yeah, talk to him. He starts giggling. And he's just like, yeah, like, just keep grinding and keep working.
Oh,
it's like it kind of felt like he's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say here. Like, what I'm not about to tell you what I talked to my brother about him getting cut, but also, I mean, the nigga do stink. He's not me.
I think that's why I think LaMelo's being funny. Like, he probably like, you trash ass. You got cut.
Probably. Yeah, you're the only one not in the league. I remember watching the episode of Ball in the Family when LaMelo got caught with when LiAngelo got caught with all them tattoos, and the way LaMelo called Lonzo, he probably do be clowning him about that shit. He was like, Lonzo, guess what? You remember that tattoo this nigga got? He got caught. He had so much fun watching him get in trouble.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
He's definitely the annoying little brother.
Hopefully he get signed, picked up, man, so LeVar's dream can be a real thing.
Facts. I would say he should go hoop overseas, but I feel like after that China shit, his passport probably got revoked.
Yeah, they
can't
probably
leave the
not
country
fucking
at all.
him like that. Probably hope for the JBA to come back.
Oh, I forgot about the JBA. Jesus Christ.
The JBA
So I know. Have you watched any preseason basketball at all?
No, but I did want to ask you about that.
About watching it?
No. How all y'all started to play big minutes last night and y'all lost to the Kings?
Did they play big? Define big minutes.
High 20s, low 30s.
They all played high 20s, low 30s. They played like the first half and some change, and they ended up losing by like 7 points in the second half once they took them out.
To the Kings?
You know who went? You know who went winless in the preseason last year? The Bucks and the Suns. So kiss my ass. How about that? I don't want to talk about the preseason. I was asking if you watched your bum ass Knicks play, because I'm sure all your starters played 40 minutes.
They're playing right now, actually.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Fuck preseason basketball. I actually did. Man, I'm so mad. I put in a ticket betting
on
this
preseason.
Week. I think it was. Bro, so listen, because I knew the Lakers were going to lose. I just put them on one of my parlays, and I bet $5. It was $5 to win 2,000 or like 2,100 or something like that, and I needed the Lakers to lose. I need Florida to blow out LSU. But guess what busted the ticket? The fucking Eagles, bro.
Wait, we're not. I guess still got basketball shit. I know what you're trying to do. You tried to.
I know.
You tried to.
I'm not trying to go in. I'm not trying to go into it. I'm just trying to tell you that I'm turning into a degenerate gambler, and I was betting on preseason basketball, and I knew the Lakers were gonna lose because the niggas 0 for 5. They wasn't gonna take that shit serious. Ain't no problem over here, man. We betting on the niggas to lose because we know they're gonna lose.
I feel like you can't be degenerate when you bet $45 over 2 weeks.
It's 95, but hey.
Okay, my bad. Big.
I need
big
a win. I need to win more. Yeah, I need to win more before I can bet more. Don't let me win $1,800 this weekend.
I want you
next
to.
Week,
I really do.
I'm being Snoqualmie.
It might get a room this time. Never know.
Yeah, I'm gonna surprise my lady by paying off her credit card.
Like, hey, boo, got you a little something.
Yeah,
check. Look in there.
Go ahead and spin that.
Look in there.
Spin that.
Mm-hmm. You see, J.R. Smith made his golf debut this week.
He did. He got
tore up by
ass
some
kicked.
fucking bees.
Did you watch any of? I know they posted like a little 5-minute highlight, but that didn't show any of it. But did you see like not watch, but did you see like what he finished with, or like did he do good?
I only got the scores from 2 days. One day he was 6 over, the other day he was 9 over. So he was in 81st place after Tuesday. I don't know what he did Wednesday if they were still playing on Wednesday. I imagine he didn't make the cut though, so it probably wasn't playing on Wednesday.
Yeah, probably nothing.
Yeah,
they got cuts in college too. How many niggas they got out there?
No, I mean if it's a championship like that, right? Like you're not gonna play all 3 days. Okay. Like there's no point. Because at that point, like
he's championship since it was his debut.
Yeah, he's 15 strokes over par for over 2 days. Like the person in first place It's probably like 7 strokes under after 2 days.
Yeah,
you're not catching him.
That's dope. Either way, even if he ends up stinking, I'm proud of JR.
Oh, it's his first one. I think he'll be fine. It's a completely different environment.
I'm just talking about him going back to school, just in general.
Yes, absolutely.
But that too.
Yeah, it's a good look. It's for sure a good look. D Wade gave his son a job. My bad. Go ahead.
Hey, I fuck with nepotism. Now I'm about to say,
yeah,
seeing so many more black people golfing, I think I'm about to get out there. I'm about to get out.
Please,
that should look fun. And now that I see niggas out there regularly,
yeah,
we'll talk about that offline. But shout out to Dwayne Wade keeping nepotism strong. We need more black nepotism. I can't wait for LeBron to own a team, and Bronny, Bryce, Zuri owns it like as a first GM or something.
Zuri, Lil Zuri,
yeah, she could be a GM at like 21.
Oh, I thought you said she is. I thought you said she is.
No. I said I can't wait for Bron to own a team so that he can get all the kids a job.
No, Bron, this is gonna be the
Maverick
new bus
kids
family.
gonna have jobs and shit. Oh yeah, I can't wait.
They just said his because Nike bought a piece of his Spring Hill company, so the valuation of Spring Hill is $725 million.
I'm sure. Did you see that building that they built for him, like the LeBron James campus? Innovation Center? Yeah,
I saw that happen. I didn't look at the stuff though. It's crazy.
They got they got a training ramp out front that's like 400 meters all uphill. That looks hella nice.
What?
They got a nice ass basketball gym. They have the shit. I want to go see that shit. They got like LeBron's secret vault, and it's like a shoe of like, oh, this was the shoes that he wore during the 45 special. These are the ones he wore during the block. Like all the different like
you can just go up there
or whatever that are
the Nike campus.
I don't think so, but I'm gonna try to finesse away. I know a couple people that work.
They probably do tours.
I can make something happen. I would imagine because it's like, who else is gonna look at that big ass building? Just people that work in Nike. Built like a fucking $200 million building. Yeah, you would be surprised. God damn it, I hate companies.
Yeah, I mean, they have to woo athletes.
I think regular people could just like
shit, you know.
Yeah, true. I feel like Nike kind of sells itself. They definitely got to sell them on some shit, but it's like, who you bringing in to see that building?
I'd imagine it's a thing of like Under Armour might offer you more money, so Nike has to sell you on what it means to be a part of Nike, you know?
Yeah, or like you can come to the LeBron James Innovation Center in your off season and shoot all your videos here and stuff. Yeah. It kind of looks like it's set up to be filmed in and stuff like that.
Or like if you sign with Li Ning, we'll make you your own innovation center.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to be? What do you want to be? Established brand or build my own? I don't know.
Get me established.
I kind of would take that too, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nepotism. Shout out to D-Wade, like you said. Hope all the NBA kids get into some shit, man. It's looking good out there.
Facts.
And then the Ben Simmons debacle. It's heating up again. I feel like this is like week 5 of talking about him. Maybe more.
It really is. He just showed up
popped up
one night.
Called Elton Brand like
popped up.
I'm outside for the COVID
test. Yo, they were like, yeah, he showed up for his COVID test, and they're like, that's not. They must have thought it was a fraud. Like, hey, Ben Simmons is here to get a COVID test. Nah, Ben's in LA. We just talked to him this morning. No, it's the 6'10" light skinned niggas here.
Right here, look on the camera.
That makes sense.
They look on the camera and see him try to throw a piece of paper into a trash can and it misses.
You're a piece of shit. Misses wide right. I knew once they started playing with that money too much, because that's a lot of money to lose. And it didn't seem like they were about to trade you, so you're gonna have to commit to losing your entire season salary. Yep. He ain't doing that. Yeah, just show up. He showed up. He ain't got to do nothing extra, nothing more, nothing less. Just show up to work.
And it doesn't. They're not being firm on if he's going to play again or not, but they are. Mm-hmm. It seems like they're kind of taking steps to make him eligible to play at the minimum. Doc Rivers has had a few quotes this week of a reporter asked him do you know what's going on with Ben, and he said, I heard I saw on Woj's thing that he was at the stadium, so I mean, you want to know something, just ask Woj. I don't know. And then I guess he got into a shouting match with Rich Paul at Rich Paul's house.
I saw that at Rich Paul's house.
Yeah, yep. He's like, it's in your fucking contract to play. Oh my god, he's going through it, man.
Doc or Ben?
Doc Rivers going through it. I've talked about it on here before that I feel like he's kind of on his last gig in the NBA of like getting immediately offered into championship teams. You know, getting offered into contenders. Like he's probably on his last one. So, and I don't imagine them without Ben this year. They're not going to be a 1 seed again. So like
unless they can trade him.
For
good stuff, not picks,
which is
good stuff.
Big if.
Yeah.
So he kind of needs,
and it's like,
needs Ben to be back, or he needs Daryl Morey to work some magic.
I feel like at the point, like, and I know Daryl Morey's hella stubborn, and like I know people are saying that, if they trade for CJ McCollum, that's not enough to like put them over. But if Ben is gonna like half-ass be there, would it be worth just like, all right, we got to do something at this point? Like if you think, okay, we know Joel's fragile and he ain't gonna be around forever. We got a coach who's not gonna be around forever. Daryl Morey don't seem like the type of nigga that's about to stick around forever. Mm-mm. Would it be worth getting whatever you can from Portland or whatever you can for one of these teams that's going to give you not a superstar, but like a star and stuff, like John Wall or whatever? I feel like it's got to be worth it at some point.
Would you,
rather than having a motherfucker who just doesn't want to play there?
Would you trade Ben Simmons to get back Markelle Fultz again and Cole Anthony, and let's take Mo Bamba too, because he's kind of walling in the waist down there. Get all three of them. Markelle looked better last year when he played, but it's an iffy play thing.
And then
Cole is raw.
And then he tore his ACL.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think I'd do that. Nah, I couldn't do that. Nah, no way. No, absolutely not.
No.
I need a player who, like,
you can
if
count
everything goes right, they're an all NBA player. Like if CJ is healthy for a season next to Joel next year coming out the East, I think he could be a third team all NBA guard. Or if you trade for, I don't think Beal's on the table for them to trade for. But yeah, you trade for Beal, everything goes right. He's an all NBA guard. I can't trade for, because yeah, there's nothing about Joel Embiid that's telling me you got to trade for 2-3 years down the line. Which, hey, once Cole Anthony's cooking and once Mo Bamba's like in a good system, and if Markelle can stay healthy, yeah, they probably good in 4 years, and Joel's probably retired.
Damn, you know what I think? This would probably work, but it probably hasn't been offered. If they traded Ben Simmons for Chris Paul, I think Robert Sarver would say yes if that came to him, just because like I don't know, I don't trust him. It would ruin his team,
and I think that could. Do you think it would?
Chemistry wise, because how much Chris Paul means to them, and they just gave him the extension.
Okay, for sure.
Like, you're not supposed
just
to do
on
that.
Just on the court thing, I think Ben could be a decent fit there for sure.
Oh yeah,
chemistry wise, for sure, chemistry wise.
Yeah. But
Robert Sarver paying the luxury tax. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and like gives you the whole thing with Ayton right now. You don't want to pay him and all that stuff, and you bring in a guy who has years left of big money. Like you just kind of hurt my chances again.
Isn't this the first or the second year of Ben's like 5-year, $190
It's early. That's all
deal?
I know.
Like,
I don't know which year it is.
Yeah, I think he like played 1 or 2 years.
Oh god,
nasty.
All right,
nasty.
No. I have 2 other things on here that are not NFL related. Both of them.
I got some more. Hey,
good.
Before we talk, or I guess before we talk again, the NBA is gonna be tipping off on Tuesday.
Yes,
First 2 games, we got Brooklyn and Milwaukee's playing Tuesday at 4:30 or 7:30 your time, and then Golden State LA, which is interesting that Golden State's still getting the tip off love. Like with those big hitters, but I don't really know who out west like is going to get people to tune in like that.
Yeah, Golden State was a game away from being in the playoffs last year, so it's not like they're complete. But
yeah, they just had to play a much better team to get in the playoffs.
Then they have to play. They had to play the Grizzlies,
the Lakers,
the Grizzlies too.
No, they play the Grizzlies and then they play the Lakers, or they play the Lakers and then the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies was their last chance. Yeah.
Yeah, but that'll be a fun night. TNT got the game, so we'll get back to the countdown crew or the behind the NBA crew.
Yeah, inside the NBA.
I don't know why I missed that so hard, but yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what the Nets are gonna look like, because I high key think that if like I don't know if do you have Kyrie stuff on your docket?
Yeah, we didn't talk about him already. We did not talk about him.
No, we didn't. I feel like if the Nets just had well, obviously, most teams could say this. If the Nets had Harden, KD, and the $27 million that they're paying Kyrie to do whatever they wanted with, I think they'd be back to being the favorite. I think the drama around Kyrie, you can't have them as the favorite with, like, your starting point guards gone. You don't have the money to pay anybody else to come in. And obviously all the drama around him. But I think that team still is going to be good as fuck this year.
I hope he sticks with Warren is gone forever.
I kind of would. Kyrie's such an interesting.
No, he's not,
and not really in a I don't want to say interesting because I'm going to say not in a good way. Like, it's not interesting in like, oh yeah, I'm interested by this person. It's like, what's the goal? I don't really understand the goal, and I know a lot of people are like hyping him up because people who are anti-vax or like don't think vaccines should be mandated or thinking like he's standing up for you, even though based on just his track record, he would have done this if it was anything that could have gotten him to not play this year, or like I don't really feel like he gives. I've said it multiple times on here. I don't think he gives a fuck about enough of this or any of this enough to miss out on the money. I think he just doesn't want to play basketball.
I think he loves attention, and this keeps getting him attention. So whatever he can choose to do to get attention, he's going to do.
Yeah, he had the IG Live shit, and he's like, didn't really say anything. And he said he had the IG Live after people were making fun of him for 2 days of like, you're saying you're the voice of the voiceless, but you're not saying anything. So then he does IG Live and is just like, do you think I want to miss out on this money? Do you think I want to miss out on playing and getting a championship? No, but I have to stand up for what I believe in. And what I believe in is people shouldn't be forced to do certain stuff. So I'm not gonna, okay, so you don't think anybody should ever be forced to do anything ever. So you're gonna, like, this is the hill you're dying on. You're losing out on definitely hundreds of millions of dollars at this point because they're not extending him. So you're losing out on hundreds of millions of dollars because you think that our government's overstepping and they're going to listen to you and the point you're trying to prove. Nah. But because you're not showing up over a vaccine.
Dog.
Like, the people you're aligning with yourself with aren't even like, you got Ted Cruz and Clay Travis coming out like, yeah, fuck, we're behind you, bro. Like, nah, that's not the vibes at all.
I truly, like, yeah, we talked about this a few weeks now. Like, I don't understand. Like, nobody wants to live 2020 again. Like, nobody wants to live 2020 again. At all. No. And all this stuff of, like, even, like, athletes that are saying, like, I got it, I'm all about it, but, I believe it's individual choice. Like, it's really not. It's really not, because individual choices made COVID what it is in the U.S. Individual choice has, like, 600,000 dead in the U.S. Like, that's what the bottom line. Like, people choosing to be irresponsible, to fight mask mandates, to fight the vaccine now, like, to do all these things. These individual choices are prolonging this and allowing the virus to live on inside our communities and mutate and make variants like Delta and whatever else is coming after it. It's probably going to be worse than that to happen. As long as there are viable hosts around, this is going to keep happening. We're going to keep having these phases of being back open, everyone feeling like we beat the shit, going back inside, as long as people keep making these stupid choices. And I think the U.S. is like around like 50% vaccinated right now, somewhere in that region. Like, not good, really not good.
50-some.
Especially not when, like, you get the vaccines, like, everywhere now. Like, it's been everywhere for a few months now. Like, you can, if you want one, it's not hard to get.
You can go anywhere and get it.
Yes, like, it's like the flu shot now. Like, literally, it's like everywhere. So with that being said, like, like, I don't know, like, it's going to take, like, these hard lines being drawn from companies, from places of businesses, and the like, that make it hard for people to have fun if they're not vaccinated, in order for people who have chosen still to this point to not get it to get it. And it's really sad because I feel like a lot of it is people in our age range, and, like, I don't know, like, we're as connected and plugged in as, like, any group of people have ever been in the history of this earth. Like, we have access to more information than anybody else in the history of anything.
But we have access to more information and more misinformation, and that's the problem.
Even then, like, I'm not giving people bail on that, dog. Like, the libraries are free. Like, you can go down there and get whatever you want. If you're really trying to do your research, like, it's a cop-out to say that, like, some shit on my phone steered me the wrong way. And I get, like, it's bigger than that, because there are full campaigns for misinformation to really, like, make you believe the shit that you see, and, like, the bubbles we live in on social media and whatnot, where you're only going to see things that conform to your bias or make you react. And maybe I'm being, I don't know what the word for it is. I don't know. I'm not being as sympathetic to the people who are falling victim to misinformation as I should be, but I don't know. Like no one believes anything unless the belief matches their bias, and at that point, like you're beyond help. Like, what can we do?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Is like so much of this stuff, especially you see the people who are supporting Kyrie. Like a lot of this shit is just confirmation bias. I follow a lot of people who the only thing they'll post regarding COVID is, look at this woman who says that her leg shakes every time she like stands up because she got the COVID shot, or like this person got sick right after they got the COVID shot, whether it be related or not.
Got the
Those
shot
are only
and
things
died.
that they see or choose to see or talk about. So yeah, it's like people and their confirmation bias. The people that are supporting Kyrie are people who are like, yeah, I don't want to have to get the vaccine. It shouldn't be required. Da 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 da. And then somebody famous is talking about it. Not necessarily smart, just a nigga who's famous is talking about it. Got it. That like, see, this is the point. They're trying to compare him to Kaepernick, or he's willing to give up his job to not get the shot. That's not noble.
So stupid.
Like, even if you don't, I can somewhat sympathize with people who are like, it shouldn't be required, but our country has shown us over the last year and a half that like, places that didn't require you to wear a mask, people just aren't going to do it. And none of the people who are choosing to not get the vaccine are like, okay, I'm going to mask up, I'm chill in the house, I'm not going to be out wild. And the people who don't want the vaccine are like, but I also want to go to the Seahawks game, and I also want to go to Tia Lou's.
Most going to be in the gym, most going to be
exactly.
where the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's...
Yeah, I don't want to wear a mask anymore. I'm hella over masks. I wish I never had to wear a fucking mask again.
Same.
But we're not going to ever be there until it's
all of us. It's got to be like this. This got to be the way. It's like, and there's been millions, I believe, of the vaccine distributed at this point. Whatever, like
I think billions across billions? The world.
Yeah,
several billion.
Yeah. So I mean, oh my god, like it's one of the safest things you can do. Like, you drive a car every single day and talking about you don't want to get this shit. And you probably put on a seatbelt in your car. People have died with that shit on. More people have probably died wearing a seatbelt than have died like from the vaccine or gotten sick or something happened to them from the vaccine. I almost guarantee it. I haven't looked it up, but just how many car accidents there are, I almost guarantee that. Like, I'm 99% sure.
Oh, dog, I seen a number that was like 6,600 people have died in the U.S. from getting vaccinated, and we're at like 120 million people. Like, it's not even relatively close. And even if you do post the this lady's leg was shaking, did she die? Like, did she get COVID?
Yeah,
no?
You know, like, 600,000 people have died from COVID. Like, how about them odds?
Yeah, none of this shit's close. It's weird. It's such a weird.
I feel like if you think like something's gonna happen to you from getting the vaccine, then like you should be playing the lotto right now, because you probably got better chances of hitting that than you do from the vaccine fucking you up. If you're that lucky that you're gonna be the one that gets fucked up from the vaccine, go please put a bunch of lotto tickets in. Go state to state and put them in.
Drain your savings, actually.
Yeah,
please.
And come on the podcast and we'll do the we'll read the numbers live. We can celebrate your win with you.
Oh man.
All right.
We don't gotta spend much time on this, but we didn't talk about last week.
No. Oh yeah. Yes.
On it.
Okay, hold on. I gotta pull up the Spencer Haywood shit from today.
Wait, Spency was involved? Not Spency.
No. He's the head of the NBA Players Union. So.
Oh, the Players Union. Okay.
Yeah. So he's pretty disappointed because so basically the Players Union they fought for this fund to happen, I believe, in 2016. And LeBron and Kevin Durant were like a big part of getting it done, but it's taking care of like a bunch of NBA legends who like didn't have healthcare like at all. And these players, these NBA players, there's a list of them. I don't gotta name them all.
There's 20 of them or 18 of them, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But either way, they took advantage of this fund. They're retired players. They basically, I think they got a federal indictment for fraud from the southeastern district of New York, the one that like goes after like big dogs like Bernie Madoff and shit like that, like the no joke one.
Yep.
So they basically the one example they showed was that a player reported that he had a root canal like 4 times on one tooth. And the total money taken from, I think it was like something like $4 million or something like that, that they got in fraud across like 20 people. right? 2018 people.
Yeah, they said it broke down like $210,000 a person. Because I know Tony Allen and his wife both did some shit.
Yeah,
like it was 18 players and a family member, and the family member was Tony Allen's wife.
Oh my god. So they have I'll speak specifically about Tony Allen because I listened to the Grind City Media thing this past week. You know that he's normally on Tony Tuesdays with Chris Vernon, and Chris Vernon
Verno.
Yeah, he was pretty upset honestly because I guess Tony Allen's a for real friend of his. They talk to hang out, they've been buddies for the past 10 years or whatever. But I guess what mentioned inside the initial article was that Tony Allen is paid back half of it already, and he's still in the process of paying it back. But they said this fund has paid for a heart transplant for Nate Archibald. He had to use the insurance from the plan to get surgery. Bill Russell's covered by the league's plan, and then Haywood's inspiration for this plan to come to fruition in the first place is because Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins died of heart-related issues. So it's a real thing to take care of the people who built the league, and for these new guys who played in the era where they were making bags, it's pretty disappointing. He pointed out Glenn Davis, who was on here, that he was saddened to hear he was a part of this list because he's made $40 million in his career. It's what are you doing? You're potentially seriously damaging something that's important to the guys who don't touch anywhere near that much money.
I remember Spencer Haywood around the time this got introduced, when on Mixtape and was talking about not necessarily the inspiration behind it, but the reason that they did it was because guys are just guys are sitting around, played 15 years, but in the 80s or 60s, 70s, and not getting covered by shit,
didn't have shit,
and needed shit. And it was I think if you play 3 years, you're covered for life.
Mm-hmm.
You're Gucci forever, as long as you were on an NBA roster for at least 3 years. Doesn't matter how much you played, didn't play, whatever. So pretty much everybody listed in this was beyond covered and just took advantage of it. And in the grand scheme of it, $200K, that's not a lot for what these dudes Perkins, or sorry, not Perkins, Glenn Davis. The amount of money you stole versus what you made, is a drop in the bucket.
Why even?
You bought a car. Yeah, that's just trash. And to find out why they did it, why this was made, and the people it's helped, been able to help people who needed the money. But yeah, it's shit. I played in the league for 5 years and worked at UPS for the rest of my life and didn't have great benefits or whatever. I needed this to get a hip surgery because I'm 7 foot tall. Yeah, that's shitty for them to try to get over like that for literally nothing. Yeah,
some of the guys, Ruben Patterson, he's the oldest player on the list. He's 46 years old. Let's see, Tony Roten was on here. Graduated from, or not graduated, he played at UW. Probably know him. Then this guy's last name is Palacio. He was an assistant coach on Chauncey Billups' staff in Portland, who got placed on administrative leave.
Shit.
Yeah. Tony Allen's supposed to have his number retired by the Grizzlies this year. And then CJ Watson, who's on here, he played in the Big Three this past year. So yeah, it's pretty sad, honestly. It was jokes at first, but you got to think the people who are supported by this. They said Julius Erving, Dr. J is supported by this plan. That's kind of super messed up.
And the NBA be so hesitant to, not necessarily the NBA, but just big corporations and leagues don't really want to give, I'll say it, nigga shit, because this is mostly black people getting taken care of and black men getting taken care of. And we don't get shit like that very often where it's oh yeah, we'll take care of you as long as you work for us for 3 years for the rest of your life.
Well, this is the Players Association did this. It's not the league. This is the players doing this for other players.
Okay, so the league didn't pay into it at all?
No, that's not. Yeah, it's it's a union, right? So it's
I thought the league paid into it.
The players joined the Players Union, and that's what the Players Association is.
Got
so
it.
the league has nothing to do with it.
I thought the league just had paid into it.
No.
Okay. That makes it even worse.
Yeah, this is the other half of the CBA, the one that goes to war with the league.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it's real messed up. It's literally players taking care of players, and then players taking advantage of something set up for legends of the game, people who really built the shit and allowed the players today to make so much money in the first place. It's kind of heartless. It's kind of super heartless, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm sure somebody approach you hey, I got a scheme. You can make as much money as you want. You won't get caught because all you got to do is say you had this done, and niggas saying, yeah, okay, that sounds good.
And that's Chris Vernon was saying he was hoping that with Tony or something like that, one that he overcomes that this was a mistake and he overcomes a mistake and the penalty not too harsh, whatever. Especially because he's paid back half of it, and then that too that like when the federal courts get involved, like when federal laws are involved, the punishments tend to a lot of times be harsher than the crime committed. He gave an example of like when he was a teenager. He was out riding around with some friends, just doing like hooligan shit because they had nothing else to do, and he knocked over a mailbox. And basically, they traced the license plate of the car that he was in, and it's a federal crime because like a mailbox is federal property. So it got super serious for him at the time, and that's kind of his thing was that like this for Tony, like, or anybody on this list, probably not all 18 of them. People probably really were doing fraud shit, but like it could have been that like you checked the box to receive like more benefits than you actually needed for the thing. Which if it's $100,000, like I don't know, the U.S. medical system, like if you're at a certain place, like it really could happen pretty quick. So I don't know, like
yeah, a lot of our financial systems, you can hit a wrong box and it's like, oh shit, I got $10K. Oh yeah, it must be right, and you go spend the money and it ain't right.
Yeah, you go to like an expensive private practice, like you could probably run that up pretty quickly, I'd imagine. So
yeah.
I mean, hopefully everything gets resolved and the people who did wrong get punished for it because that's foul as hell.
You niggas getting hit with the RICO is crazy.
Yeah, man.
They probably thought like, oh, I could get a couple $100K off this and be straight. You can't ever get over on the government. The last thing the government's gonna let niggas do is steal money.
They got the people who killed FBG Duck this week in a RICO.
Boy, yo, they got what 4 of them because one of them killed himself.
Yeah, prior, they swept them up. Oh, block, bad.
They had a screenshot of one of the like Chicago gossip pages. He said like 3 months ago, like yeah, it was this person, this person, this person, this person. He's like, but this is all rumors. I'm not sure. And he ended up being 4 for 4. Like either somebody went in and was talking, or them niggas was talking, which sounds about right. Like you get a murder that big where it's like kind of. I don't want to say change the landscape, but like it was a massive like killing in Chicago and just like Chicago rap scene and like shit like that. You get a kill that big, you probably talking about it and probably like, yeah, me, this person did this in broad daylight. And like where they said it was is like the Rodeo Drive of Chicago. Like, yeah. Cameras everywhere and shit. You wasn't getting away with that.
I watched the channel End of Sentence on YouTube. This dude 1090 Jake who like he just like breaks down like it's almost like, you know, whatever channel be showing all of the murder mysteries and shit like that. It's like that, but like from a street perspective. Not that it just covers like street crime and stuff like that, but he just talks about things that happened like recently. And he went over this one, and he said like the feds like use like lyrics and like social media basically to piece the whole thing together.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
There was. It's funny. One of the dudes that got caught.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the dudes that got caught, Dirk has him in hella the Muop dude. Dirk and Vaughn have him in a bunch of lyrics talking about him.
D thing like, too. I've heard Dirk say D thing, and he got picked up.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's God, man. I just wish once niggas got some money and like, I guess everybody don't come along with you, but like, just leaving the shit alone, like. Because they were talking about, like, Duck's mom, like, pursuing this so hard was the reason, like, the federal authorities got involved. Because, like, she was like, no, like, my son was, like, coming up, getting out. Other rich people, like, got this done to him. Like, this is much bigger than just, like, a neighborhood thing. Like, yeah, I need y'all to look into this. And, like,
my bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're good. 5 people's lives are ruined. And then, like, Dirk is involved. Like, obviously Vaughn being gone for a different reason, but like just hella shit being fucked up. Like him, Duck being the biggest rapper out of their side of Chicago, and that's kind of all been erased because the biggest artist out of that part of Chicago is kind of gone, or that street is gone. It would be obviously like the street shit don't stop being street shit once niggas got money. But goddamn, it would be nice if like once y'all got money, you were like, hey, look, let's figure out a way to leave each other the fuck alone at minimum.
Yeah, I on that video, Duck's mom was on there, and like she was like saying like she's forgiven the people who do this to her son already, but at the same time, it's like I can't wait to go into court and face you guys as well, so that justice happens for it. But they played because you were talking about Dirk, they played a line from his song on there, and he said, "I told my PO through the bars I be getting high as fuck." She said, "How high?" I said, "High as duck." I was like, "Oh
High
my
as duck.
god!" Like people, I don't know,
Yeah,
man. I told y'all.
I remember that. Yeah.
I said this a few times. Like growing up, like I always say like L.A. or something like that, where like the gang shit, like you're just born into it. Like your neighborhood is your neighborhood, and like you can't go to shit over here or over there, even if you're not part of nothing. Like you always gotta be heading to them. That sounds like the worst like scenario you could imagine. And the Chicago shit seems like honestly worse.
It's definitely worse. It's definitely worse because they're a block away. Like I remember posting in the group chat like and talking to Chris and Buddy about like where these streets they're talking about is and like O Block and like them saying like we don't fuck with that nigga from 63rd. Like you look at the street like 64th and 65th is the projects that they lived in or live in.
Football.
And like 63rd is a block and a turn around, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't fuck with them, and if we see them, we're killing them.
Yeah,
like that shit's not like with our city. Like you got the hill on the east side, and it's like okay, you gotta go up the street, you gotta go up the hill, you gotta
might meet each other at the mall, but that's meet other than that.
Yeah,
like,
you might meet each other at the mall 7 to 7. Like you might see each other
night.
there, but it's like if it's like I'm walking to the corner store shit, somebody gotta be out looking for you for that. Yeah. Like you're good. You can kind of move around and do shit. And I'm sure in LA, like the way they talk about their neighborhoods, it's like, oh yeah, you make two wrong lefts. You got 4 blocks,
and it's kind of like it's where the shit is, but you have everything you need with inside your area too.
Exactly. So yeah,
the enemies is over there.
That's
some custers.
God, and it's so hard because like, and yet I know Dirk. Shortly after Vaughn was killed, he said he's not gonna like mention people's names in songs anymore because he knows what it's doing and like not gonna talk about Duck no more. But it's like, damn, nigga, like maybe if you would have stopped that 6 months earlier,
and that ain't the first person who's lost either. Like he's got multiple chances with people's names on him, so it's like, why did it take this one?
Yeah. His cousin fucking I think the Dirk one was probably or the Vaughn one was probably hard because like you got to see that shit on camera and it was some rap shit like. Wasn't even no back home. Like, okay, we killed somebody. Like, the Vaughn one was just like, oh, we were beefing with you, and I'm gonna beat you up when I see you because that's the type of nigga I am. And you lost your best friend and one of your best artists that was signed under you because you niggas was just mad about some dumb shit.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't know how I would react in the scenarios these people be in because like I've never been a part of nothing like that, been near nothing like that. But if you like got a chance, like just put your like ego to the side, like the issues you got, it really ain't that big. Like, if ain't no one died, nothing like that, like, everybody's still here. You just mad at someone from over there or whatever. Like, just drop it. Like, it's not that big a deal, I promise you. The world is much bigger than the area you grew up in. Like,
so much bigger.
Yeah.
But that'd be the problem is that a lot, especially with them, a lot of niggas have died. So it's like, yeah, y'all kill my cousin, so even I can then, like, kind of forgive you. But like, if I get a chance.
Eye for an eye, like, when does it stop? Like,
it doesn't.
Someone's got to be the bigger person and to be the one to say, I'm not going to retaliate on this shit. And
I seen Dirk was did an interview this week, or I don't even think it was this week. He was talking about Meek Mill had told him when he was younger, like, oh yeah, I'm trying to come to O Block and like see what it's like. And he was like, I didn't even want to lie to Meek and be like, yeah, you good, go out there, because he's like, nigga, I'm not good.
Yeah,
like don't go there. Yeah, there's no reason for you to be there. It's not sweet.
Makes 5EO going there being even like funnier. Like,
yeah, it makes Tekashi going there being even funnier. Nigga went there in the middle of the night, like, hey.
He went there during the day too.
Did he?
Yeah, he was there during the day too.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You said Meek Mill. Did you see the thing like with his bus?
It's wrapped in his album cover. I couldn't understand why people were mad.
Because his album cover is like naked women in an artistic style with like pink where their vagina is, and it's just on a bus driving around. You don't think that's a bit much?
I mean,
kind of wild.
I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know. I guess I didn't really see an issue with it. Because what I saw was people were like, "Yeah, you're just disrespecting black women and like shit like that."
That's
which
one
I didn't
angle.
really think it was that. I guess if you say like, yeah, kids shouldn't see pussy popping on a handstand on the side of a bus.
Some people think they shouldn't. I mean,
sure, no, they probably shouldn't. I agree with that part, but the only angle I had seen before you just mentioned it was like people like, yeah, you shitting on black women and all that, and I didn't really think it was that.
Well, I mean,
but hey, I mean,
yeah, I mean, that's up to interpretation. If that's how if you think that it's shitting on black women, all the women that were depicted were black. So I mean, if you think that makes it look like something that only black women would do, then I guess that's kind of on you. But
yeah, no, yeah, I didn't really like. I don't have any thoughts on it.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. All right, that's the last one I got for it's not football.
All right, let's get into football, bro.
Oh, hold on, I lied. It's like I lied. I had a dream. Dream was hella random.
What?
Yeah,
nigga, what?
My bad.
Hey, CU fans, strap in for the 2-hour podcast. Let's get it.
Let's start normal. Yeah,
2 hours.
We gonna make it. So I had a dream that I was like
20 minutes. Sorry.
I was like shopping at Costco or some shit, right? And there was a worker at the Costco, and I've been to this Costco like in my dream. I went to the checkout a few times, right? And I was like, man, I know that worker. I know him. And the worker, he was Reed Dollaz, and for whatever reason, in the universe that my dream was taking place in, Reed wasn't doing battle rap shit anymore. But he had done the stuff in the past, and so we knew him from that and all that stuff. And we just got to talking during the checkout thing. You know how they normally be talking to you, being charitable and nice and shit like that. And it came up to him talking about just like music stuff.
Nobody likes you, make me want to slice you. Look like a fat ass turkey.
Nah, I didn't even give him the bars. But he was like talking about podcast shit, and I was like, man, there's some places that you would be surprised. Like if you just said that you want to go up there and talk or whatever, they'd be more than happy to talk to you. And I gave him like a few names of different podcasts and stuff like that I thought would be like kind of a dope setting for him to just kind of get back involved in stuff. And then I guess he heard about our podcast and he's like, what about your guys's? And I was like, man, I gotta be completely honest with you. We would love to have you, but at the same time, you would be helping us way more than we would be helping you. So I can't promise you anything that anything's going to come of it, because he was like just really like lost and like needed like sort of a way to get going again on his path. And I was like, dog, you're like a legend. Like people want to talk to you. You just got to go out there and talk to the people. And yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where it ended. He didn't. I don't know what happened after that, but it was just like a moment I had in my dream where I was like, man, like you're more than welcome.
This is crazy that even at some point during this dream did I smash through a wall and say he's not negotiating for us, because even in your dreams I'm not letting you negotiate for us. What the fuck? You get a celebrity and you're like, man, I mean, we're not that famous. You could come on somewhere else.
Because he seemed like he seemed really lost, like he needed help, and I didn't want to be shitty to him. I wanted to have a good relationship with him, and then he comes on here or whatever. Then like him thinking that this is gonna blow up. I was telling him like, no. I was telling him that this is gonna be like probably our biggest episode ever. We're gonna get more numbers than we've ever got before if we're gonna put your name in the title. But I can't promise you it's going to help you the way you think it is. It's going to help us tremendously. But
you's a bitch. You's a nerd. No, we get Reed Dollaz on the podcast, and then like our numbers go up, and they're like, damn, what was this? And that kicks off the Reed Dollaz. Like, once you go on one, you got to go on like 3 others to talk about the different stories. And yeah, we could have kicked off the tour, and you're like, nah, don't even fuck with us. I can't believe you.
That's not exactly what I said. That's not exactly what I said, but it's cool.
That's basically what you said. It was like, don't fuck with us because we small time. Go to the big time first.
We on the come up.
By the time he's big time, he's gonna be like, oh, man, that nigga that was wearing the tight shirt at Costco, I don't remember him, but
yeah, he would.
Man, fuck you.
I had a real conversation with
crazy.
Him. Man, whatever.
Yeah, heart to heart, my ass, head ass. No, hey, if you're a celebrity and you want to come on this podcast, 2534.
I'm people first, man.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with people regardless.
No, exactly why we don't let you negotiate nothing. We need to be money first. The fuck.
Oh, whatever.
All right. Can we get into football now?
Sure, man. Let's get into some hand egg.
Hand egg. All right, so there was some decent games last week. I didn't bet no money because I was scared of all of these games, and I'm glad I didn't, because most of the ways I was looking at going, I wouldn't have went. Panthers beat the Eagles, I wouldn't have went that way.
Plus a lot of this.
Saints. Yeah. Hey, call it me. I did want to talk about one game in particular though. pretty good Sunday afternoon game. Man, the Chargers beat the Browns 47-42, and I just want to say, fuck the Browns, fuck the color brown. They're the Browns and they wear orange.
Oh, you talking kind of spicy about
sense.
brand? Like, hold on. You know who I am. You know who I am.
If it's not flesh tone, I don't like it. Fuck Baker Mayfield. Fuck R. Kelly because they both the Pied Piper.
Okay.
Dog, we beat. I don't want to say we beat the brakes off them niggas because we technically didn't, but we kind of beat the brakes off them niggas. We hung 50 on the head. I kind of at this point, I kind of want to say, Chargers might fuck around and make it to the Super Bowl, man. This team look good.
Looking like that deal.
Justin Herbert is that dude. Is that fucking deal. They were talking about our game we got coming up this week, and they're like, man, we're worried about them keeping. They're not going to have that much time of possession. It don't matter because Justin Herbert's going to score in 4 plays.
Yeah.
We going for it on 4th down, and we scoring.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
We want the ball.
I will say,
we're going to score.
Oh, God. Oh, that's terrifying. We as a Chargers fan, it's hard. Typically, I don't get to be hyped up in the first 6 weeks. So we start out like 2-3, and then we'll finish with 10 wins or some stupid shit like that. We 4-1, and we a healthy 4-1. Like we beating the teams that people was telling me was like supposed. I was told the Washington football team was supposed to have a great defense. We beat them. I was told that the Chiefs supposed to be that deal. We beat them. We set them on a downward spiral. It's been nasty. I was told the Browns was supposed to be able to run the ball, and they did. They ran it down our throat, up our ass, broke a leg.
Fight back! Fight back! Fight back!
And Justin Herbert heard that fight back audio, and he was like, "Oh, say less.
Yep.
I'm gonna come out there and score." Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both said after the game, like Justin came in the huddle during right in the 4th quarter and was like, "We gonna score every time we touch the ball." And what the fuck did he do? He scored every time he touched the ball. That boy is a problem.
Yeah.
A goddamn problem. I'm excited. This team looks great. We beat what I think it was going to be a team that's going to be in their playoffs. At home. We ain't have no fans. It was loud. It was great, man. It was a great time.
Amazing, brother.
Yeah, pop out only on occasion, brother.
Go off, though.
Hey, Justin Herbert looking like an MVP early. We got the Ravens this week. If we beat the Ravens, if we go into the bye 6-1 and beat the Ravens, Chiefs, and Browns,
I think y'all got this because they
like
during. You could talk about the Thursday night. That was Monday night game, wasn't it?
Monday night. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Ravens didn't look like a good team for 3 quarters.
No, and I think that people keep telling me about like the Chargers' run defense isn't good, and the Ravens are one of the better running teams in the league. No, they're not. Lamar is one of the better runners in the league. Absolutely. Like, I'm not afraid of Latavius Murray fucking us up like Nick Chubb did. Like, Nick Chubb had a 47-yard touchdown where he fucking put Derwin in the dirt, put Kazir White in the dirt, like, and ran somebody over. Like, Latavius Murray ain't doing that. I'm not afraid of Devontae Freeman cutting us up like that, like Kareem Hunt was doing. So, like, I think there's a very good chance. I think it's still going to be a close game. I think we should win this game. We're playing on the road, but, like, we're not letting fucking Mark Andrews just walk down the field for 6 receptions, 114 yards on one drive.
They really ran prevent the whole 4th quarter. Like it was incredible,
and it showed.
Yeah, like
showed.
Everything short was
like,
wide open.
I didn't get to see the second half of the game, but I went back and watched it after you said like they didn't make any adjustments. You literally just see like Mark Andrews walk to the first down stick. Turn around. Cool, first down. Yeah. Oh, cool. I got 4 more yards after the first down. So, like, I think this is probably going to be the game of the week. But, man, I'm excited.
You can't be that lazy.
To be excited about this team.
You can't be that lazy as a DC playing against Lamar Jackson. Like, I know, like his running is terrifying, but he's also like one of the best throwers in the league and has been for like the last like 2 years. Like,
he fucking proved it.
You can't just give him easy passes like that. Like,
yeah. And I did want to talk about that game because you mentioned like Carson had a great game. Yep. Like I think Carson threw for over 400 yards or 350 yards.
Yeah,
3 touchdowns. I don't think he had an interception. Like Carson looked good, and it was killing me because when you watch all the sports shit this week, you listen to all the sports podcasts. They talk about Lamar, justifiably so. Lamar looked great in the second half, but like Carson balled his fucking ass off, which most people didn't think he can do anymore. And it's always so crazy to me when they like, we'll talk like in the we lose the context of the game once we talk about the result. Like, if that Lamar had a fumble on the goal line that got overturned, kind of questionably. If that fumble on the goal line doesn't get overturned this week, Lamar's trash. Can't lead the team to win. They got blown out. Yeah, like the Colts missed 2 kicks, I think. Yeah, and they missed a kick late
because they Rodrigo Blankenship was like having like health issues or some shit like that. So they had to use the punter as a kicker like a couple times, I believe.
And they missed the game winner. So Lamar, let's say Lamar has that great ass game. Carson has that great ass game, but Blankenship makes the kick at the end. Then it's, oh, look how good the Colts are. The Colts are coming back. Carson Wentz is legit. The Ravens aren't very good. Lamar's not all that. It's so crazy to me how like very little things in the game get lost in the context of like who won and who lost.
Yeah.
Which like the Colts should be happy. I wouldn't say happy. At least happy with Carson Wentz after that game. Not so much happy with the fact that they gave up 20-something points in the second half, mostly in the fourth quarter. But it's just always crazy to me like the winner and loser of the game seems to matter so much more than the actual context of the game. Same thing with like Baker last week. They're kind of shitting on Baker for losing to the Chargers in a 47-42. He didn't put up most of the points, but like the nigga looked good. He 300 yards, no picks,
losing the game,
2 touchdowns. Like, yeah, they did decide on one of their last drives where they had the ball to run the ball 3 times and then throw 3 checkdowns. That was interesting, but it's like I wouldn't say Baker was the problem with that game.
No,
but if they won. If Justin Herbert doesn't get the ball back one more time and the Browns win that game, then it's like, damn, Baker threw for 350 yards, 2 touchdowns. The run game did this. Their defense did this. Like, it would have been, oh shit, the Browns might be a Super Bowl team. Now it's, it's just so fickle how like little things in a game make you lose the context of the whole game.
And I've really, this is like one of my big complaints just about, I don't want to blame NFL fans or anything like that, because I don't think we're necessarily at fault here. But it's just natural. We want to talk about the game and have these discussions, have these debates, stuff like that. But if true, I promise you, like if you're not watching the things back, like through, oh my god, like the all 22 like view, then the context of what happened in the game and why it happened is completely lost. Because like the broadcast camera is like the worst thing for understanding why things are happening inside the game. You can't see what's going on downfield. So when an interception happens or when a sack happens, like you don't know like what's going on or why that happened. You can't really tell. I mean, you can sort of tell at the line depending on where people are lined up on defense and whether it's man or zone. But then if it's zone, like you don't know where the zones are unless the camera chooses. Unless they after the play they choose to show you that. They choose to get them on teleprompter and show you that. If they don't show you that, all you see is like where the ball goes down the field at the when the play is going to be made, not how it ended up with that being the throw that was made. So it's like. You're kind of you're fed and forced the narrative, and like you're saying, like Lamar, rightfully so, is the topic of discussion this week because of the type of game that he had. But Carson Wentz, 25-35, 402 yards, 2 touchdowns, 128 rating. Like that's a tremendous game, and it all fell apart in the fourth quarter, not because of anything that he did. And
if Blankenship makes the kick, we're talking about is Carson Wentz back?
Carson's back.
Should Carson Wentz be in the MVP convo? Should Carson be? Should he get an extension now? Like Conversation is complete. I have not heard Carson Wentz's name mentioned once this week. Or I haven't heard, they're talking about how good the Ravens are and they're the favorites to beat the Chargers. They're not talking about the fact that fucking the first play from scrimmage was a 75-yard screen for a touchdown.
Yep.
What do the Chargers do well? Throw to their running back? who might house a fucking... Yeah. So it's like, they really make you lose the whole context, especially if you're not watching the whole game, especially if you're not watching back the all-22 version, which I for sure don't be doing.
I don't either. So I don't blame anybody else for being misguided on it. But when I did do it, it's really eye-opening. That's what I'm saying. Like
for sure. And you get that a lot with like they'll do the quarterbacks where like somebody on Twitter will watch all 22 and they'll circle like, oh look, Dallas Goedert was wide open on this play and Jalen Hurts didn't hit him, but then you look a tick later and there's 2 people on top of him, so it didn't really. Like, you can take a screenshot or you can take the broadcast view and make something look as bad as you want. But, like, that's not always what the film is showing.
Oh, my God. This is terrible. We don't have a third person, so it's going to be really hard for me to get up and walk away from this.
I mean, your editing skills can be nice.
But I don't want to edit. That's the thing. If we just go straight through, then I don't have to edit this.
God, I think you're running out of choices, bro.
You can't Bill Burr it up and go solo dolo for 2 seconds.
I can.
No, you don't have to do it if you don't want to.
No, I can't. I got something I want to rant about anyway.
All right. Be right back.
Hey, so I'm thinking about challenges in the NFL, right? Challenges are so fucking stupid. Like, so bet. Pass interference gets called. You want to challenge it. You can. And you're expecting the nigga who threw the pass interference flag to be like, you know what? My bad. I fucked up. You lose a timeout. The only time that the league will call a challenge, it takes so much fucking time, bro. I was watching the Eagles and the Bucks game last night, and Tom Brady definitely threw a pick. He 100% threw a pick. They took a real life 10 minutes to review, like, okay, when the man had both of his hands on the side of the ball, gripped up, tight as hell, did the ball scrape the ground? It might have, it might not have. It didn't really move in his hands. And that kind of overturns the game, because if Tom Brady throws a pick there, what do the Eagles go for it and do? Challenges are ridiculous. Like, I feel like part of me feel like the coaches should be involved in the challenge. Like, hey, the reason I'm challenging this is, do you see this here? Do you see like what I'm looking at? Tell me what you're looking at. We don't get any explanation for the challenge. It takes 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes for them to look at the challenge, go over it. We don't get any explanation. It's just like the call on the field is overturned. The call on the field stands. I feel like we got to either have better transparency with these challenges in the league, or something's got to shake. Because, like, we know referees are shit. Looking at the Chargers in the Browns game last week, Mike Williams gets a defensive pass interference where you look at one part of the clip, it looks like it might have been offensive. You get another part of the clip, it looks like it's defensive. The coach ain't about to throw a challenge flag there, because it's like, I'm probably not going to get it overturned, even though I should get it overturned. If you throw a challenge on the Mike Williams versus the Browns pass interference that low-key ended up winning us the game, they're not overturning it. But if I'm watching it, probably a defensive or offensive pass interference. If you're watching it, it's probably offensive pass interference. But there's no real recourse for it. So it's like, I don't know. I'd be interested in hearing our audience's thoughts on the way the challenges are currently constructed. If some got to shake, because boy, every single week, without fail, there's a roughing the passer, there's a holding, there's a pass interference, offense or defense, a defensive holding that shakes the game. And that's not to get started on this fucking taunting. The taunting calls that they started this year, which are a 15-yard penalty, which is basically the worst, other than defensive pass interference, you can't get a worse call than the taunting at this point. 15 yards. Last night in the Eagles-Bucks game, dude tackles somebody out of bounds, gets up, yells in the direction of a player. We don't know if he said anything offensive. I'm sure the referee don't know if he said anything offensive. Yells in his face, 15-yard penalty. Completely changes the look of the game. Because you get a stop on third down, should be fourth and 4, 4th and 5. Now it's a 1st and 10, 15 yards up the field. In the Chargers-Cowboys game that I was at, Keenan Allen got up, gets tackled kind of late, like going out of bounds, gets tackled kind of late and thrown down, gets up, looks down at the defender who tackled him, obviously says something that if this was 12 months ago, 16 months ago, wouldn't have been an issue. It would have just been play on to the next play. It's a 15-yard penalty. We end up not scoring on that drive, losing the game by a field goal. If we hit a field goal that drive, different game, right? So yeah, it's kind of nasty with just NFL refereeing in general and the challenges. That's all I got. I was thinking about John Gruden this week, and I had wrote in our on our outline about how they were kind of like they were low key just gonna brush by the fact that he said some wild racist shit about DeMaurice Smith. Like, you can say like, oh, okay, who hasn't made this joke? We were just kidding. You ain't never heard of a white man making fun of another white man for having little lips. Like, he was definitely making a racist joke against black folks when he's talking about DeMaurice Smith. and they're about to let that shit skate. So I wrote Gruden backlash as Gruden brush over. Never mind, they cooked his ass. I don't want to talk about it no more because I'm sure once Blake get back, we're going to talk about it. But they cooked his ass. God damn. Got that brother out of there. I don't know how long Blake expect me to talk to myself. Several minutes. I did see a debate online today about whether or not the Seattle Storm would be able to beat the Garfield High School boys basketball team in a game. Absolutely insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Could you imagine a high school student having to go one-on-one on the block against fucking Breonna Stewart? Are you fucking drunk? I want niggas to stop thinking you can beat women in sports just because you're a man.
Fact.
Like, if you're a pro, sure, yeah, obviously LeBron.
Now listen!
LeBron versus 4 WNBA players, he might win. Decent chance. I don't know. A high school player against a team, or a high school team against a team of WNBA players, you're out of your goddamn mind. That bitch about to hit you with a fucking Euro step so mean. You drunk? Anyway, what's up, Blake?
They're like what, how many people are in the WNBA? It's like 60 people or whatever, something like that.
It's 12 teams of 15, I think. Like 150?
Okay, yeah, so it's the best 150 basketball players in the world that are women. Like, you're not beating them.
Yeah, I was talking about. I guess KJR had a 10-minute segment today about whether or not Garfield's high school basketball team right now would beat the Storm.
Just because the Storm didn't make it to the finals one year, so now they're food.
Dog, are you high? Do you know what Breonna Stewart would do to a fucking high school sophomore?
You know what Sue Bird would do?
No, she's 48.
Yeah.
You're 36.
There's not a move you can show her she hasn't seen already.
Exactly. And you're just hoping that, like, yeah, this 15-year-old boy is stronger, faster, jumps higher, shoots better. Like, the way I had framed it is, like, I don't really think that a regular person can beat a professional athlete just off the strength of, like, if you take, like, the 5 best niggas from a Y League, right? Like, let's say they're nice. And 6 years ago, they would have been D1 athletes. But they're 31. They work 40 hours a week. They go home, play video games, or kick with their, like, significant other. And all during that time, the entirety of the Seattle Storm are practicing offhand layups and behind the back passes and, like, running sets. You think you can beat them just because you a nigga?
Yeah, no.
But the only thing that makes them any money is playing basketball. The only way they make a single dollar in life is hooping.
Because you were nice in 07, you think you got this.
What? Are you dumb? And are you telling me that a nigga that's 17 who can't beat, like, 17-year-olds might just lose to a worse team because, like, damn, it was Tuesday and I had a rough day in class. Yeah. Like, and you think that they're going to beat some women who, like, literally all their job is and all their life is to hoop? And I would say, like, oh, they only hoop 110 days out the year. They go to fucking, like, Siberia and play basketball. Yeah, fuck out of here.
You put up 18 on stadium one time, you think you got this.
Yeah. You think you nice and Brittany Griner put your shit off the glass and you sick.
Oh my god. She got the first WNBA Finals dunk this week.
Nice. Yeah, I'm watching I'm watching their game right now. Game 3.
Who's up?
Chicago is up by 20.
Okay.
In the second quarter. They are
That's
big.
Cool. That's what's up.
Yeah. I talked a little Gruden talk while you were gone. I'd love to get your get you to chime in on. I never mind. I don't want you to chime in on Gruden.
Why can't I chime in? No, that's messed up. Don't do that.
No, I don't want you to not chime in at all. We can get back to it later. Nah, you can talk about it now because I'm sure the crowd's tired of hearing me talk to myself for the last 4 minutes.
Okay. So they already know what happened. Gruden, all the emails got canned, all that shit. Yeah. So do good riddance. It's probably the only action that could happen at this point. I laughed when his stuff got pulled out of the Tampa building, I will say. That was probably the funniest thing of all this to me, was that Tampa was like, oh, Oh hell no! Give me his statue.
That was for sure the funniest thing. Like, we're taking you out of the Ring of Honor because you did some bad shit. What?
Yeah, and they pointed out where he was in the ring between the two players and shit. I'm like, oh my god, don't do this. Oh my god.
Wait, what two players was he around? Was Warren Sapp right next to him?
I think it
Warren
might
Sapp
have been
was
John Lynch and
stealing
Derek
pussy, too.
Brooks.
Okay, I'm about to
He's
say
up there
Warren
with
Sapp
some
was
goats.
stealing pussy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I
so
seen
that
people talking about
happened-
Warren Sapp this week. Go
What
ahead.
did they say?
Just that he was stealing pussy and he's not out of the ring, the Ring of Honor.
I heard he's like banned from Best Buys in Florida or something.
I think he's banned from all NFL buildings too. He can't work for like NFL Network because when he was there, he was being freaky as fuck. So he's not allowed to go into any NFL building.
Damn. He's the NFL's Isaiah Thomas, not Tacoma Isaiah Thomas, the other Isaiah Thomas.
We hate you. You need to leave. He's for sure that guy.
He still can work at NBA stuff though, so it's different. But yeah, so it's there's like a lot of stuff going on though. So basically, like, you know, the Tyrell probably said it already, but they caught him up because of the Washington football team emails. And the thing is, the league was investigating the Washington football team. They have they said
650K emails. 650K.
So this is like the part that's like puzzling to me. A bunch of outlets keep on reporting different things that were in these emails, not just Gruden, but just the emails in general. So certain parts of it are being released, but all the emails aren't released anywhere. So you can't actually look at the emails yourself. All you can do is just read the press clippings and the parts that they clip from the emails that are usually inflammatory or newsworthy or get you to click on some shit. Not saying that they're not wrong or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting, like, why only certain ones are being released, and the ones that are being released aren't really about the Washington football team. They're about like ESPN, writers at ESPN, John Gruden, who was at ESPN.
Yeah, Adam Schefter got caught up.
Yeah, and then they said that I think it was the NFL's top lawyer was like close with the Washington football team or something like that too. They got released today.
Yeah, I feel like they're obviously hiding something. Like, I think Washington football team got fined $10 million over all of this, but there's nothing to see.
Yeah,
like, there's nothing to see here, but we need $10 million.
And
what?
The investigation to the workplace there, it started, I believe, with the cheerleaders from that team, and then that was another part that got brought up this week, was that the cheerleaders, they got like forced into taking topless pics and had like their passports withheld, which is human trafficking on a company trip to Costa Rica, which is like especially egregious when you remember that NFL cheerleaders are almost like a volunteer position. Like, you're not really paid to do that. So, and then those pictures
topless
were
pics were exchanged,
Gruden, like from Bruce Allen to John Gruden, and that also came.
And we have no idea where they went from there. Yeah, that shit's sick. Yeah, the NFL is very clearly hiding some more shit.
Yeah, and like the spotlight right now is on John Gruden, which, I mean, I don't know, maybe as it should be, but it's there's definitely I don't know. It seems like there's something larger at play here, because this can't be the one thing that came out of this. Maybe the rest of it is like tied up in things that can't be made public because they involve like people who are not public figures, so they don't necessarily want to do that if it's like workers of the Washington football team or whatever. But it's just all a bit strange, is all. Oh, Tyrell, you there? This thing might have froze.
I think Blake froze on us. I think Blake might have died on camera. It is all fucked up. You good, Blake?
Yeah, I'm back now. That was weird. Did I stop moving on your side?
You did. And I took a second. I was unsure. I was like, damn, this nigga's touched.
Pregnant pause.
I also hate the NFL wronging our people.
Yeah.
Nah. And it's so funny, too, because I've seen so many people talk about John Gruden shouldn't have lost his job, this, that, and the third. I feel like so many people see themselves in that type of figure where it's like, I've said some fucked up shit on the emails, or I've said some fucked up shit, or I think some fucked up shit. Why should I get in trouble for that? You should. Like, obviously, people ain't going in everybody's personal text messages and shit, but like, if you at work sending topless pictures via email of some people who you know for a fact were not consenting to you send some topless pictures, you deserve to lose your job. If you at work talking about my boss, like Roger Goodell, he's technically not your boss, but like that man in the league, he's a slur, which he's very like what? No, you deserve to lose your job. I couldn't go.
All this happened from the ESPN account, though. that's the part that's kind of puzzling. It's that would be, I think, why people. Well, at least why I would make that argument that he shouldn't lose the job. Not saying that I think he should have lost the job, but is that it happened at a job that he's not at anymore. Right now, the reason that he's no longer there is because he said he's a distraction, so he walked away, which I agree he would be a distraction. The team might have fired him anyways
100%
because of that. Just because it's like, how do you take action on somebody for something that happened when they weren't here? It's not a perfect analogy.
I don't know if
how Zeke had to get suspended when he first came into the league for like the Ohio State stuff.
Yes.
Like, and when when it ended up being nothing at all, like the girl like said that nothing happened, he was found innocent or whatever. But he still had to miss some games or whatever because it was negative spotlight. It's kind of what's going on with John Gruden because none of this happened while he was the Raiders head coach. It's just that he did this shit in the past and it just became public.
I think part of that can't work because like it's not like ESPN ain't involved with the NFL at all. Like you're the number one partner of the NFL. So like obviously Goodell when you're working at ESPN isn't your boss or isn't your peer or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like you can't Bill Simmons isn't working at ESPN no more because he had some bad shit to say about Roger Goodell. So like we're not about to let that fly. But like imagine trying to go into the locker room just in general having all that shit come out. And then you think like, oh yeah, I got Carl Nassib in here, like who's the first openly gay player. That's not, and I've been thinking about it this week too, like he's the first openly gay player. That don't mean there ain't nobody else in the locker room who might be gay.
Even then though, like
and
even with all
you
the
talking
shit
crazy
said,
like this.
With all the shit that he said, like we can say that situation would be unreal for him to go in there, but if the locker room's okay with him, then like, who are we to say that he shouldn't be there anymore? You know, like at that point, it's just like we feel like he shouldn't be there. But if they don't mind enough to feel like that they don't believe in him anymore, that they can't play for him anymore, if they still are bought in as they were before, like then how much does it
didn't
matter?
seem like that was the case. Yeah, it didn't seem like that was the case, and I do agree.
Yeah,
Bomani had made a point today about like with Riley Cooper, like when he said the shit he said, like I'll fight every nigga in here at the concert or whatever, like. There's probably, I think most of his teammates were like, okay, nigga, like whatever. I think Michael Vick was kind of pissed off about it for a little bit. Deshaun Jackson was Deshaun Jackson was very mad about it. Mm-hmm. But other than that, like most of the teammates were probably like, okay, nigga, like whatever, like we don't care. You said some stupid shit, da 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 da. So yeah, I think in cases like that, but when you're the coach of the team, talking how he was talking. In the capacity that he was talking, like with presidents of teams, CEOs of company, like he was going a little hard. Yeah, he had to go. Like kind of regardless of even if the team did think they could still rock with him, I think he had to go.
I think it was just it was an unescapable situation, but I just really wonder. Like I mean, it's because he walked away on his own, so you can't say they fired him because they didn't. Like he walked away, but it's like. Yeah, just the same thing you said with the Riley Cooper thing. Like, if the team is okay with him, then we can just be mad forever and nothing matters.
I don't think he walked away on his own because of how Mark Davis responded to it by saying, like, how do you feel about it? Ask the NFL, they have all the answers. Like, I don't think he wanted to fire him, but I think the NFL was probably who was giving all this shit out. Like, yeah, we'll let you guys see this because we haven't seen anything.
They're going to make it hell, but ultimately, like the NFL can't fire him. Like if the team has to fire him,
they can't, but they can make it to where like we want you to fire him, and we're going to make it almost impossible for you not to fire him. And you letting him walk away, I don't think is like you let him walk away.
Even then, like fired. They don't like the dude from Dan Snyder, but like he's still there. Like, I don't know, like it.
But that's different. He owns a team.
But so
owner and a coach is different.
They can't touch organizations. You know what I don't know, like because I don't know. Their power is like it's big, but it's not like infinite.
For sure, but I think when it comes to like, hey, you need to get rid of this coach.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, this nigga's unemployed now, so
yeah,
we see it's big enough. He's big enough. That being said, I think the Raiders are going to beat the Broncos by 3.5 points this weekend.
I don't think so, dog. I think they're up a river without a paddle. I think they're. They're floating along in the wrong way.
I put a little bit of money on them just because I was like, this seems like the rally the troops game where you end up beating the Broncos by 4 points.
Yeah, the Broncos are on a 2-game slide though and
man.
need this dub, so I feel like they're gonna come out fired up too and see blood in the water.
So are the Raiders. They're on a 2-game slide and need this dub to not be like the laughing stock of the league.
So you think the special team coach is gonna get them ready to go?
John Gruden's best friend? Yes, I do.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right. Let's get off the bad shit. You got any games you're looking forward to this week in the NFL?
No, I actually have not looked at the schedule. I have one highlight from last week, and some of the stuff that we talked about earlier in the chat, which I feel like we should have that discussion here because it was a good one. I don't know, what are we at for time? 1:45, so we kind of need to hurry up.
We got plenty of time. We ain't got no sponsors.
We don't, but we got people's attention spans. Yeah. So
locked in.
Just briefly, the Jalen Hurts thing. So before we even talked about it, or after we talked about it, I came home and I saw it was the topic of discussion on ESPN as well. I didn't know that he was the flavor of the day right now, which makes sense because they played yesterday and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But just sort of where he's at in his career, what the summation of that is, and then kind of what the quarterback position looks like for the Eagles going forward. How much more time does he have? You can kind of give a synopsis of what we talked about, I guess, if you want.
Yeah, I think you had a good point that I don't totally disagree with. Just he stinks right now. He's not playing very well. That was mostly your point.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay to make a judgment. Hey, here's what I feel about this guy because he's played 10 games in his career, and here's what I think about this guy. Do you move on after 10 games? Yes or no? And the reason that I think we had brought this up was because Tonio, who's an Eagles fan, was like, nobody can tell me any different. Jalen Hurts sucks. Don't want him anymore. And he's kind of said that since they drafted him. And then he said that once he played last year, even when he played well.
Yep.
And he said that all this year. And my point was just 10 games seems very, very fast to give up on somebody. Just in general, regardless of where you drafted him. Drafted him in the second round. After 3 years, he's going to have to get paid. So you have to pay him after next year or you let him walk. And you're not really missing anything by that. But yeah, I think people are just moving a little too quick based on what I've seen of him and the way that team moves. They ran the ball one time in the first half yesterday. What quarterback can really perform well when they know this motherfucker throwing the ball? He's throwing the ball 15 times in the first half, or he's running it. And against a good Tampa Bay team, they probably weren't beating Tampa regardless. The Tampa defense was probably going to fuck them up regardless. You can't run on Tampa. So it's I think we're making too many assessments on 10 games.
Yeah.
For us to just be out on him. Because I thought he was nice coming out. He was nice at Alabama. Got his job taken for some reason by Tua, who don't look all that. And then went to Oklahoma and won a Heisman.
And that was, I guess...
I think he's a much better quarterback than people are giving him credit for.
I guess the part that I missed in the discussion that we were having is that, I'm not... I guess out on him would mean that I don't think that they should stop, that they should move on, they should find something else, tomorrow, which that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just that, if... sort of how with the Buccaneers, after Jameis's last season there, if the opportunity comes along for you to get, an improvement, be that improvement, be it Aaron Rodgers, sure, Russell Wilson, or one of those type of guys, they should probably take that. He hasn't shown enough to think he's going to be better than a top third quarterback in this league, So it's if you have the
that part, I can agree with.
Do that.
Yeah, if they can get Rodgers, the Airbender, or Russell Wilson next season, 100% do that. That makes perfect sense. But if you're just going to get rid of him just for the sake of he sucks, you ain't getting nobody better than him right now.
I mean, did Teddy get extended already? Because even if he came available, I would probably take him.
I don't think so. Would you?
Yeah. After what Teddy's this year, yeah, I would, and I'd probably be let down quickly.
God damn, yeah. You, dog, I know, and I fuck with Teddy, and you know how I am about black quarterbacks, but Teddy Bridgewater's stats are fucking ass.
Not this year.
Last year was his best. Last year was his career year.
Yeah.
This year, year 9.
Teddy's every other year, bro.
By far the best. God damn, dog. He is not. Nah, he ain't it. Teddy Bridgewater is Tyrod Taylor who can't run. Like, he can get you through to the next guy.
He can run. He just really, really chooses not to.
He can run, but he got an LCL worse than mine right now.
Well, y'all push for. You remember he's the best quarterback in NCAA 14 default rosters.
He was the last good quarterback on NCAA 14 for sure. Yeah, no, but I know Tonio can be a bit extreme when it comes to Eagles, but the way I've seen Eagles fans talk about Hurts is like, yo, we should have never drafted him. This motherfucker stinks. Like, who was the alternative? Like, he's not worse than every quarterback. Jordan Love hasn't played. He's obviously not like I think that was the Burrow Herbert year. Like, he obviously ain't gonna be those guys.
It's just got. I'm saying
he's as good as Tua. When Tua plays, he's as good as Tua.
Yeah, so Teddy Bridgewater this year, just for perspective, 69.8% completion percentage, so basically 70%, 1,100 yards, almost 1,200, 7 touchdowns, 1 pick. It's pretty good.
Sure. And would you say that the surrounding cast around them is even close? Because Teddy got 2 running backs who are nice. Cortland Sutton is better than anybody on the Eagles. Noah Fant is. He might be as good as Dallas Goedert.
Like I said, though, dog, like there's more to it than just that. Like, it's you making the right choices and knowing when to do shit like that. Like,
because you said that no quarterback should have runs this bad if you're going to be a good quarterback, and then I showed you Josh Allen had runs equally as bad and might be the best quarterback in the league today, and Baker Mayfield, who had much better talent than what Jalen Hurts has.
He also had 3 different coaches every single time, though. Like, this is like Baker's first season with
Jalen Hurts is
same thing.
Jalen Hurts is on his second coach in 10 games, and no Eagles fan thinks this coach is good because he runs the ball 4 times a game.
Okay, I mean that's a choice. I don't know about that. Like, that 4 times a game that seems kind of wild. I don't know about that. But I'm just saying, like, he had a full offseason of this coach. Like, he knew what he had going in.
Jalen Hurts has 4 less carries and 100 more yards than their leading rusher. Like, Miles Sanders has 57 carries. Jalen Hurts has 53. That doesn't make any sense. Like, you guys
might be their playbook. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
That's a bad playbook.
Could be, but I mean, can you say like that same split with like hurt someone? He's much better, but like a Lamar or even like a Daniel Jones, like, who are both running quarterbacks, sure. Like, like they would probably be fine with that.
Yeah, because Lamar would probably have 400 more yards on those 550.
I'm saying, so even like if you're supposed to be this elusive dual threat guy, like, he's not really even that flashy at that. Like, in Justin Fields' limited appearances on the shit team that he's on, like, I feel like he's a better runner. Like, I don't know, like.
Okay, I think he's a better runner. I don't think he's a better quarterback now.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, you're also comparing several like first round picks against a nigga who's picked 53rd, who I think could be used so much better.
The talk about him going 53rd was that they can't believe they got him that late. So like, I mean, maybe there's a reason.
Yeah, I can't believe we got him that late.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Maybe. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
It's just getting to the point now in the league where there is a type of quarterback, class quarterback that comes out of the draft that is able to have a much better impact than this a lot sooner, it seems like. And they're going to bad teams because they're going high. So it's like, I don't know. Like, when did Kyler start getting good?
Dog. Last year?
Last year was year 2?
Yeah.
With the coach that don't run the ball like that?
They gave him DeAndre Hopkins last year, Christian Kirk last year.
He didn't start the year with Hopkins.
And he started the year very well and then fell off a cliff.
But even then, like, he was battling, dog. Like, we saw the flashes. Like, we saw Jalen Hurts tear the Falcons' ass up. And I told y'all from the jump, week 1 should never, ever be counted because you have more time to prep for that team than you do any other team. I said it after the Saints did that to the Packers. And he regressed.
And you're right. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. you're looking at Kyler, who is a number one pick, 1-1.
Okay, but I'm saying like you got Kyler, you got Herbert, you have even Baker and Josh Allen. Like we talked about earlier, like they get lost in the context of focusing in on these guys, but they do enough for their teams to have success, right? And
nothing about me feels like Jalen Hurts would be worse than Baker Mayfield in that offense.
Oh my god! All right,
I don't think he would be Josh Allen just because of like Josh Allen being transcendent in two parts of the game. Like Josh, and I was thinking about this all week. I'm ready to eat crow on Josh Allen. Josh Allen might be my third favorite quarterback in the league. This motherfucker is nice.
Yeah, he's a brunette Herbert with better legs.
Much better legs. That motherfucker hurdled somebody from the Chiefs this week, and I ran out the house.
Yeah.
I couldn't run because my leg don't work, but I wanted to run out the house. Yo, Josh Allen is the first quarterback that's made me eat this much crow in a long time. This motherfucker is nice. Absolutely nice. So I wouldn't put Jalen Hurts in that conversation. Jalen Hurts isn't that much worse than fucking Baker Mayfield. If
you gotta stop, dog.
Do I gotta stop?
Yes.
Do I gotta stop? Because Jalen Hurts don't have two top 5 running backs, Odell and Jarvis Landry.
Okay.
And David Njoku. Like, Jalen Hurts is throwing to Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, and Devontae Smith. And they literally are running the ball. They haven't ran the ball more than 15 times a game this year. Unless it's him running the ball. What? That doesn't make any sense.
But the problem is you can't trust him to throw the ball. Like that was
you can't?
my core issue.
Why can't you?
Like, he's not good at throwing it. He throws the ball like
touchdowns.
Steph Curry shoots 3-pointers. Like they're close to the same percentage.
He got 8 touchdowns, 4 picks. Hey, he got 8 touchdowns, 4 picks. Unless those numbers are even, he already better than Mariota. He already better than.
Look who you're saying he's better than.
Hey, Mariota.
He's better than Josh Rosen. He's better than Blaine Gabbert. He's better than some more first rounders that failed.
Why would you mention Josh Rosen right now?
He's a first round quarterback. He's better than him.
You know how I feel about Josh Rosen, all right?
My bad.
Relax, dog. Relax. Okay?
I don't know.
Anyway, you don't have any type of feelings about who the Saints play? You guys got to buy. God damn, you guys got to buy, and I need fucking Alvin Kamara to play. How do you feel about Chargers Ravens this week?
I like the Chargers. The Ravens, like I said, like they played bad football for 3 quarters, and the Chargers, and what I have seen of you guys, you seem like a pretty solid team, like all around. Like I don't know, like Herbert came on strong last year and really hasn't slowed down outside of that week in Foxborough.
I don't think that'll ever happen again. I pray that'll never happen again. Watching him now, I don't know how that happened. Watching him now, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, he does incredible things like, I don't know, like night in, night out. Like, so it's really like kind of just scary and surprising, like how good he is. Like, I don't know. It seems like it's not really it's being talked about a lot, but it just doesn't seem like it's being talked about enough. Like,
that motherfucker is nice. He really got me ready to like. I thought that Mahomes was the best quarterback in the league, and every week I'm like, I don't know.
It's like, how much longer we gotta keep saying this out of respect? Like,
hey, let's get into it. Mm-hmm. And the other game I'm looking forward to this week is Bills Titans.
Okay.
Because again, another one of my faves. Josh Allen is a fucking monster. Yeah. And I don't think anybody on that Titans defense can stop him from throwing when he wants to, running when he wants to. They don't even have a rushing offense. Like Zach Moss gets 60 yards a game, Devin Singletary gets 12 yards a game, and then Josh Allen runs for 80.
Hey, Loki, give me this Miami and Jacksonville game.
I didn't want to touch it.
Just because like they're both so bad, like somebody has to win this game. Somebody has to win.
Legally, someone does have to win the game.
Yeah.
Miami is a 3.5-point favorite right now.
Okay.
How? Because Jacksonville might as well be at home in London.
Yeah. Oh, this is a London game.
It's a London game, 6:30 a.m.
Okay, over their last 5 games, the series is 5-5 between
Of
Jacksonville and
course.
Miami.
Have Jacksonville ever lost a London game?
That'd be really hard for me to look up on here. I think they have though, because when I asked Jamal about it, he didn't seem too happy about them playing over there. He brought up
Jamal
like
doesn't
one
seem
game
happy, but
that they whooped on. I think the Ravens or something.
I wish Jamal would just be a Packers fan, bro.
He's got to switch, man. We got to get him to switch one of his teams. That's all I want for him. We'll just be happy. Like, don't keep.
He's got too many $115 jerseys for him to switch at this point.
No, he doesn't, because he has jerseys of teams that he's not a fan of. So what's the difference if he has Jacksonville jerseys? He's not a fan of that team anymore.
I don't think he has any football jerseys that aren't Jacksonville.
Yeah, he does. He has like a baby blue one hanging up in the closet behind him. I don't know who it is.
No, that's a Kansas City Royals jersey.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Dang, he doesn't have any
No, he doesn't have-
non-Jacksonville football jerseys?
He no, and most of them are Blake Bortles.
Oh, yikes.
Like he has 3 Blake Bortles jerseys. He has home, away, and color rush. That mustard green or mustard yellow color rush.
They're selling them bitches in a 3-pack for $20.
Oh fuck! I wish. Jesus Christ.
I also like the Cardinals and Browns game. Give me that.
I can't wait to watch that game.
Yeah.
I put
That's
money
just
on the
the-
Cardinals. That was,
Yeah.
I put,
Money on the Cardinals? Oh, 5-0. I mean, Kyler looks like that guy. 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns.
he does look like that deal. Yeah, I put money on, and they don't have Nick Chubb this week either. I put money on them.
Yeah, I don't know. Your boy Baker goes. I mean, you got a lot to say about him, but I don't know. He's kind of playing strong too. It's not a lot of touchdowns though, but
Who has he played so far?
1,200 yards.
Like Baker hasn't played anybody.
No.
No, I'm not going.
All right.
No, I'm not going. I don't like Baker.
We got no. He's played Kansas City, Houston, Chicago, Minnesota, the Chargers.
Are any of those teams other than the Chargers any good?
You wouldn't.
Kansas
you
City's
wouldn't
not
agree.
good.
Kansas City, Minnesota, I believe
Buns.
is above 500.
And they beat Minnesota 14-11.
Gotta win them close ones.
Game was weird.
Gotta win the
Very
close
weird.
ones.
Okay, they got smoked in L.A.
That happens to a lot of people this year, though. Out
Weird.
weird. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's about it. What else? You got anything else? You said you about to get Deathloop.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that this week since I know I got a bunch of time at home. I've been putting some time in on a little bit of time on PGA since we last talked. I got a good 12 hours in on that, and I feel good. I can beat niggas who are like equal par to me, right? Like I beat Marcos.
Marcos is nice though. I don't know.
I beat him in skins. It don't matter. I beat him in skins.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what he chose. He was like, "I'm gonna put you on the Summer Jam screen," and then it was like, "Ah." Didn't happen.
Kind of bold because skins like the holes like they can stack up, right? Then you like win a bunch at once.
Exactly, and that's exactly how I won. So yeah, I'm not expecting to beat you, but hey, Jamal, once he get on, taking that. Tonio, probably taking that. Yeah,
probably got
we
Tonio
taking that
because he ain't played in a long time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm taking that. So I've been
Max
on that.
was
I've been on Madden.
He hit me up when we were playing the other day. Like,
Oh, come on, Justin.
Yeah,
Justin, come on. Yeah,
Hold
tell
on.
Mac we out there.
He sent me this shit. It was the most common search terms by state on Pornhub. Just name a state and I'll tell you what it was.
Washington.
MILF.
Sisters. Okay, that makes sense. North Carolina.
Oh god, stepsister. Or no, that's South Carolina. No, that is North Carolina. Yep, stepsister.
Okay. Oregon.
Lesbian.
Oklahoma. Of course, Oregon is lesbian.
Hold on, Oklahoma is Goth Hospital.
That seems like one person going crazy.
You're the only one on the map with it. Like, there's a gang of them that have MILF and Asian.
Goff
and lesbian.
Hospital? No. We need to find out what happened to Oklahoma because that means one hospital in Oklahoma is going nuts.
There's some nasty shit going down.
What's Michigan?
Michigan,
Trap wives.
racist.
On Pornhub?
That's a thing. People like getting called out their name.
All right. That's nuts. Can I let me talk about my tickets that I got this week since
All right,
we wanted to get a bet. We wanted to get a betting corner going. So my biggest one I got going right is I'll tell you my two biggest ones. I ain't gonna do all four because fuck the Bucks. So I got $10 to win 916. It's a good margin, right?
Yeah.
Bucks money line. Bengals minus 3.5 over the Lions. Packers minus 5 over the Bears. Colts money line. Rams money line over the Giants. Cowboys minus 3.5 over the Patriots. Pittsburgh minus 5 over Seattle. Starting Geno Smith. That's my pick of the week. If Pittsburgh don't win by 5, they might as well die. I got Kansas City money line over Washington. Minnesota minus 1.5 over Carolina, and I got Buffalo money line over Tennessee. $10 to win 900.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I'm rocking.
And this one I got $5 to win 950. I got Tampa money line over Philly. Already got that. I got Green Bay money line over Chicago. Got that. Maybe. Let me not say got that. Go ahead.
Just for our fans that are listening that don't understand what he's doing right now, so these are all parlays, right?
Yep.
So a parlay basically means that he has to get everything that he's betting on this correct, and then basically the $5 he puts down turns into $950. They're like insanely hard to get right. That's how come the payout is so high. And then when he says money line, that means that he's just betting on one team to win over the other one, right?
Yep, exactly. Money line is I bet the winner, and then the spread is I gotta guess how many points they win by.
Exactly. Okay, so there you go.
So yeah, so this one, I'll start it over. I got $5 to win $950. I bet $5 and I can win $950. Right?
$950, people, not $9.50. $950.
Yeah, what? Ain't no broke boy over here. What the fuck you mean?
You know, sometimes the mods be that way.
You know, people listen to this show. They want me to be a flossy ass nigga. So I bet Tampa to beat Philly. They already did that. Green Bay to beat Chicago. I got the Rams over the Giants by 10.5. So I need them to win by 11.
Okay.
Right? I got the Cowboys over the Patriots by 3.5. I got the Steelers over the Seahawks. Straight up. I got Buffalo.
My bad.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If Pittsburgh loses to Seattle with no fucking Russ, are you joking me?
Yeah.
I'm about to blow Pennsylvania up, said Chief Keef. I got Buffalo minus 5.5 over Tennessee. I got the Chargers plus 3 against the Ravens. So that just means even if we lose, we just got to lose by 3 or less. 2 or less. By a point, right? I got Kansas City minus 7.5 versus Washington football team, which they should put 40 up on them easy. I got the Colts minus 10 over the Texans. I need the Colts to win by 10. Right.
Yikes.
I need the Colts to win by 10. I don't feel good about that one.
Didn't the Texans look sneaky good last week? Wasn't it last week?
Against the Patriots, but the Patriots is bums, bro.
Now they're bums?
What have I said otherwise? Mac Jones ain't all that. Who Mac Jones throwing to? Jacoby Myers, Oscar Mayer, and Michael Myers? Like, what are you talking about?
Kendrick Bourne, he was kind of good in San Francisco last year. Hunter Henry, the former Chargers tight end who was healthy sometimes. Nelson Aguilar, who looked good last year in Oakland. N'Keal
How many
Harry,
balls
who
they
looked
catch
good
last
in college. Who?
Any of those people. Fuck those people. And
Hunter Henry had 8 targets for 6 catches.
And a touchdown, right?
You got a touchdown, yep.
And an L.
You got an L as well. It's on here.
Exactly. All that matters. Hey, cash me out, baby.
All right. It's been your betting segment.
Cash me out.
Tyrell's lock of the week, Steelers over Seahawks. You got it. You heard it here first, folks.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. I think we are a little over 2 hours. Thanks for hanging with us. Probably going to punch out right here, man. Go enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Do all that fun stuff.
What thee is it?
Oh, your Thiz. Okay, do that then. I don't got really one for Thiz, but this is gonna be you.
His nickname is Peasy. I don't know what Peasy is.
Yep, you be in the club with your shirt all open, dancing and stuff. But
Yo, you telling on me right now? That's crazy.
that's it, y'all. Episode 30. We out here. Peace.